to OnlyCops. You will get to hear Juan's clacking of the keys while he says, wee woo, wee woo.
Wee woo, wee woo.
We were approximately 120 seconds late, mostly due to slight technical difficulties on trying to make sure that we're providing as much coverage as we can on the bajillion videos that we have to cover today. This is the Tuesday stream. For the uninitiated, we cover police adjacent stuff. I am joined here by producer Juan, who's currently the meat between our buns today. And we have Keith, the registered adult, and the now like honorary representative of deputies.
Yeah.
And I represent the police. So anyways, I want to thank everybody that is currently hanging out with us. Bandit, I do believe you got it first. Shout out to the cowboy hat emoji. Sticks is indeed second, and Easy is indeed third. Christy, it's good to see you. Tim Rohrbach, I feel good about that one. Finally got to catch a stream live again. What is going on, Tim? Andrew Sawyer, Tom, catching another live stream. It is good to see you, friend. Jordan is here. Kendall Thomas, for what? Because I'm curious to see, only because it's super arbitrary, which one wins. Like I feel like there's some, yeah.
I want to know what our chat thinks for why.
For why?
I want their reasoning.
Poofy, it is good to see random Poofy. The Dan Hammer is being his usual problematic self. Joe is here. Shannon R, it is good to see you. Another one of our moderators. I like how Sarah just says "wee woo" on her thing now. Of the very long Shannon.
Sarah wee woo.
Christy C, I believe I said hi. Notorious Emu is here. Thank you for the tireless work she is doing on our Vigilantes group. John C is here.
John C.
Now everyone's yelling in the chat. As I'm scrolling.
You rewarded it by bringing attention to it.
That is exactly what happened. Millennial hit us with a shout out to the Halo fans. Ricardo, what's going on from Oklahoma, where property taxes are probably less.
Saldana.
There's less people.
The mountains there are fantastic.
It's pretty, and I bet in the wintertime it's actually pretty nice. It probably
even
gets
in the summer.
hot.
I was just there a couple of weeks ago in Broken Bow. Oh my god, it was like just the 10 degrees cooler and not horribly humidness.
I didn't think about humidity.
So much better.
They're landlocked, so and they're pretty
the
far
river right
away.
next to our cabin was freezing cold. Amazing.
Shout out to them. Cody Smalls, what is going on? Anyways, you guys go ahead and drop a like for those of you that are uninitiated. Like I said, we represent probably as moderate as you get in law enforcement circles. I do have interactions and conversations with other, I don't want to call them law enforcement influencers, but people in the space, and some of them
crazy.
Yeah, some like me and some don't. But at the very least, you guys are here. We're going to talk about law enforcement related things, but I do want to thank the 14,800 plus subscribers that we currently have and growing. I do want to thank also our Patreon group, who has been incredibly steady in their support of all of our stuff. We have some really cool stuff coming up for you guys. We have a random Monday D&D session that we're doing this upcoming Monday, which would be fun. We also have hopefully some other really unique to Patreon or YouTube members stuff that's going on. So that's a really cool side benefit to supporting us directly.
I'm almost done with a Patreon only-ish SWAT episode. So that's coming up. We only filmed one more, and then now we're we might have to make those Patreon only because YouTube doesn't let us. But it's almost ready. It's reverse plainclothes day.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that was a good episode.
That was a really good one. It's like an hour and 20 minutes, I think.
So
somewhere roughly around there. It's a long one.
If you guys would like to go see that.
Yeah, that'll be on our Patreon because it's the only place that'll host it. I might be able to sneak it through on YouTube for maybe like a day or two, but if it's like the other one, it'll die.
Yeah, go check it out on our Patreon page. For as little as $1 a month, it does give you access to that Discord as a pretty wild place. And then we also allow people who are members here on YouTube itself For those of you guys that are interested, again, $8 a month gives you direct access to us. I do answer DMs and stuff, even randomly at work.
I forgot my coffee. I'll be back.
And so, anyways, I want to thank everybody that's there. There's people like Keith, the man himself, the server sheriff, that have really made this community pretty rad. So I'm excited, and I'm excited to bring you guys the stuff. We do have a store. You guys can go check that stuff out. Juan puts a lot of work into this. I don't, but I pimp it. But it's pretty cool. Go check that stuff out. Oh, we're going to get started. This auto
got my
TikTok.
Got my mug.
I don't like that TikTok auto plays. You with this? I'm pretty sure Juan's the biggest purchaser of anything off.
100%, yes, by a lot. Because I bought a ton of samples just to test the quality on them. They're all great.
Yeah, it's a good
but
time.
yes, I think everybody else has been buying stickers. So,
but anyways, the Patreon only stuff's pretty awesome. And then we will be having some more specific stuff for our Discord group, which is both the YouTube and the Patreon crowd. I'm going to try to do some more of that stuff as I get more free time. Weirdly enough, as I get closer to winter, my free time goes up. I don't know why that works out with my job, but lick the stream. We're going to watch this. This is, I don't know what this is, but it's on TikTok, so I'm lowering my expectations.
I'm Nick, and I brought powdered donuts. Moises.
I find powdered donuts kind of unprofessional, to be honest. They're the messiest by a long shot.
they're going to get all over your shirt.
And like, there's the whole like you flick it to get it off like method, but
Also, you're going to be eating a powdered donut, and then you're going to answer a call about cocaine, and you're going to come back, and you're going to have it all over your face and nose.
You'll be that guy. But I'm not
sus.
I'm a fatty, and I like donuts just as much as the next person. But this kind of like when you're like, hey, dude, I made you a steak, and I got this really awesome like Wagyu beef, and you go like extra well done. Like crispy steak. Like that's kind of what it's like. It's like I like the idea was there, but you ruined it. That's my take.
And I brought glazed donuts.
Glazed donuts are solid.
I'm Jaron, and I brought sprinkled donuts.
Sprinkles are good. Also a little messy.
He also got cake donuts. I can kind of see it in the video here. I don't mind cake donuts as long as they're like they need to be more on the bland side, especially if you're gonna get like chocolate or like this has got like the vanilla topping on it. I don't mind it, but it has to be topped with something. Cake donuts by themselves is not enough.
I like them like Krispy Kreme makes them, where like you bite into it and it's like biting into air. I love it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'll give you that.
Like crispy outside.
I'm Ben, and I brought chocolate Bavarian cream donuts.
Chocolate I'm down for. Is Bavarian cream just like the type of like stuff, or is that inside the donut?
It's supposed to be inside it.
Yeah, it's inside. It doesn't look like it has a donut hole. So is it really a donut or is it just a pastry?
I feel like that becomes a pastry. Once it's a filled donut, it's a pastry. However, chocolate's top tier. That's why this guy's a sergeant.
Brian Miner, I'm going to time you out for saying the only correct temperature for steak is well done.
Wait, who said this?
Brian Miner, and he gets a 10-second timeout for that.
Give him a 2 minute. What do you mean? 10 seconds. Yeah, bro. Here in the South, like you'll end up in jail doing something like that. Like that's an arrestable offense here in the South. Like
that's a felony offense.
Homie doesn't play that.
I'm Morgan. This is.
For a split second, I didn't realize this was a white lady. And the dog being there really threw me off. And I was like, bro, this is not an okay joke to be making for a police department. Oh, my goodness. I'm like, is Officer Wang? Is he's like holding the dog or something like that?
That's your... Oh, that was the joke. I was like, where's the joke here? That would have been... I brought this dog to...
That's like immediately when my brain went, I was like, oh my gosh.
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, breathe.
Blue, and we brought chocolate donut holes.
Top tier. I think these are pretty good. They're like kind of glazed. They have like the crunchier glaze on it. This is pretty good. I'll bless this. And the dog. Not in the bowl, but the dog.
She gets bonus points for the dog.
Yes.
Poor dog can't eat those donuts.
I
though.
brought sugar donut holes.
Hell yeah. I like sugar
So-
donuts.
I like sugar donuts, but what are the Mexican ones called? They're like ladyfingers, but they're like wedding cookies. What are they called though? They're wedding cookies. That's all I know them as.
Oh, the bizcochos?
Yes,
Yes, those
that's
are so good.
1,000 times better than what he just put in that bowl.
I had like 50 of them at my niece's quince like 2 weeks ago.
Go to like it
I
like,
was helping like put them in the centerpieces.
Oh,
and,
sure, I put them in your mouth.
I put them in my they ended up in my center stomach.
Those are 100% better than what he just put in there. Although there are some Korean donuts. I've had red bean donuts that are basically this but filled. So they're more like pastries, but those are top tier.
Also, I do want to point out that I guess he's about to make the joke.
Where'd all the donuts go?
Wait, we weren't supposed to eat these?
That's me.
Yeah, because they were. I noticed that like they kept putting on more, but it didn't get more filled up.
Wait,
they just kind
where'd
of
all the
stayed at
donuts
the
go?
same
Oh,
level.
kind of just
We
stayed.
weren't supposed to eat these?
Yeah.
I like how he ate them like a kindergartner. That's incredible. Like that is low. You are not a high speed, low drag donut operator. I tell you that right now. I'm disappointed. I'm max disappoint. Also, shout out to the keys on the belt. I bless it. Anyways, it was a donut video. Haley, what's going on? I shall turn into a boat. What?
Diabetes.
Diabetes. That is not how you spell diabetes.
It's Diabeat Bites is what he's saying,
Diabetes bites. I'm here
which
for it.
would be a fantastic brand name.
That is the state cookie of New Mexico.
What is bizcochitos? Is it for real?
Bizcochitos. Dog, Pat B.
Bro, that's deserved. They're so good.
Oh, who won up here? Reasons? Damn, Reasons crushed.
Oh yeah, dude, Reasons crushed. Everybody got Reasons. Bro, who was Stank fans in the chat today?
Stop. Okay, we'll see. This is police chases at the skate park. Oh, he's stealing.
Yep. Jump it. Oh, look at that smart guy.
Oh, he's over there.
Taking his car.
Oh shit, he's all the
Where's he
way over
going?
there.
To the desert, man. It's gonna be free.
Everyone on two. Yo, your boy just got chased by the cops, bro.
Okay, do y'all have your phone or wait? How do you have this phone?
He dropped it. It's probably stolen, huh? That's what they got him in, huh? Oh, they got his ass.
Is this a
Good
civilian
Samaritan truck.
This is a civilian truck, bro. That's when the
amazing.
city's holding you down. This looks like it's a baseball park.
It's probably like a general purpose park, and they're just skateboarding in the parking lot.
Bro, get wrecked. Oh, this fire's here. For what? Oh, the taser deployment, probably.
Probably.
Keith, is this something y'all did? Is this a deputies thing? I didn't chase skateboarders. Never once. I didn't even mess with them. They didn't even register on my radar as people to interact with at all. I also kind of worked in the ghetto, so nobody skateboarded. Or is this it's just like a regional thing?
That's
We're both
white
Texas.
people stuff.
Yeah.
Is Keith even here?
The baby.
I am here.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I don't think I ever arrested a skateboard person or even.
Oh, you missed the part where the other cop came and yelled at him.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not here for lectures. This is the Tuesday stream.
Oh.
We're not taking points or giving points.
They were doing ollies in front of a fire truck, and the cop got mad at him.
Oh, for real? That was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. I'd let him do a little
Bro, take some selfies.
grind on the push bumper, dude. I don't care.
Hell yeah.
Who cares? Oh, do you turn the lights on? How rad that would be.
Yes.
I'd be like, all right, you got to like and follow my department's social media page. and I'll let you ollie the hood of this car. Lights and sirens on. Easy money. Make them wear.
Easy money.
Make them put the sticker on the board.
Yes.
Bro. Holla at your boy. I'll do social media.
Get that close up.
And probably ruin your police department's reputation, but your recruiting numbers would be outrageous. Bro thought he was John Wick. I think we've seen this.
I like the nah, that's John Wish.
Bro.
There's a piece of one we watched.
Talk about
did we
getting
watch the full one?
bodied. Like, this is what it looks like
unit up here.
when a child runs into a grown man.
Put your hands behind your back now.
That was at Chester, if I remember right.
Oh, he was a Chester?
Yeah.
Oh, he was too gentle taking him into custody.
Yeah.
Like, he committed to this stab. But was like immediately bodied. He says, little boy, get on the ground.
I mean, it's a pen.
Put your hands behind your back now.
I'm less nervous about a pen. A pencil would mess you up, but a pen, it could hurt you.
It'll hurt. It's definitely gonna hurt. Break skin, but I'm not going too far in. Also, not leaving like all the little bits of lead in your bloodstream.
Bro, talk about getting bodied. Look at this. Get on the ground, little boy.
Walked in. Oh,
That was pretty good.
he got
Shout out-
shreked.
Shout out to little Chad. We'll call him Baby Chad. That's pretty good. This guy's trying to claim me and
Calm.
Bro. Oh, calm.
Was able to
Oh, I definitely
After we
flipped
wrestled
that.
drunk.
I also
Yeah.
added an eye.
You did.
You shouldn't drunk wrestle in public. Just a bad call in general. But it is what it is.
restrain him and subdue him on the ground with a full Nelson. Then once
Dude, ever since I watched Team 4 Star's thing with Dragon Ball Z and
Dragon Ball Z abridged.
he
Yeah.
gets Raditz with the full Nelson. He's like, I got my special move, the full Nelson. That's all I can think of every time I see it. I'm sure Nelson was probably some like incredibly famous wrestler, but I'll never know it as that.
you guys arrive, I'll let him go.
I was never in a full Nelson though.
Alright. Restrain both.
The modified Nelson.
Never in a
For sake of conversation, he said that. It's neither here nor there. We're trying to get to the bottom of what's going on tonight.
Okay, but
So what's going on
full
tonight?
Nelson never happened.
Okay,
so
then it didn't happen.
obviously you're believing.
This guy's acting like he went to first base with this dude. Like,
He 100% was in a full Nelson.
this is where the backup officer just starts like fucking with you, and he's like, I would start asking like dumb questions. So what were you in? Like totally irrelevant.
What would you
questions.
describe it as?
Yeah.
He describes a full Nelson to a T.
Was it a tender hug, but like his
like-
arms were under your armpits and
like-
hands behind your neck? Like
On a scale of quarter Nelson to full Nelson, where were you?
Yes, he's a half Nelson.
He's a half Nelson, yeah.
it's like an Arnold Palmer version of a full Nelson.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
Well, you weren't talking to me before, so I need to figure something out,
And
right?
this motherfucker is a fucking liar. He never had me in
Here's
a
the
full
thing.
Nelson.
Do you go by Christian?
It doesn't fucking
I'm
matter
gonna call
at
you
this
Christian,
point.
okay? Well, it does
doesn't
matter.
fucking matter
So here's the
at this
thing.
point.
Here's the thing.
This motherfucker never had me at a full Nelson.
Thank you, Christian, for the super chat.
You're an
Maybe
adult,
focusing
I'm
on the
not.
wrong thing.
This
We're talking.
motherfucker.
Combative one said it wasn't a full Nelson, only a Nelson. Y'all get it. Y'all understood the assignment.
I'm not worried about him. I'm trying to talk to you.
He's
You
a
never go full
fucking liar.
Nelson.
Then I was able to restrain him and subdue him on the ground with a full Nelson.
Oh, that's the
And
clip.
once you guys arrive, I'll let him go.
I was never in a full Nelson though.
He's just about it. These are troopers. Look at this hat. It's pretty serious.
Okay.
Wait, are those our state boys?
I think these are state boys. Too bad we're not giving points. I'd have laughed at his. I'd have given him a +10 for just keeping it together. No.
Yes.
I hate that that's on the soundboard now.
I love it. I love it. I wanted to make it my ringtone, but
That was a good clip.
I couldn't.
That was a good clip.
Apple doesn't let me.
How did state guys get to a call like that? I mean, it was
That's what I mean. It's like
literally
a bar.
everyone, all the city, all the county, they're out on something. Even the fire department.
But how pissed? How pissed are you? Like you're the meter maid of the highway, and you're sitting there having to work a PI call. Like that's a bad day. I'd be pissed.
Maybe once it gets to a full Nelson, it escalates to troopers.
Could be.
No, the marshals will get involved. Yeah. It's a full Nelson. So
half Nelson or below, it's half you get your deputies.
Yeah.
Quarter Nelson, you get.
If it was just
PD.
If it was just basically hand holding, you get PD. Basically,
if it was an attempted Nelson, you get firefighters.
An attempted Nelson.
He was almost aggravated Nelson.
Yeah. I get pulled over so much. I feel like it's just another day. Just see what happens.
She's a pro. Let's see what happens.
So I need to take her to jail and then the other two to jail as well.
I like car people generally. I like car people because they tend to be kind of like computer people, like very free-spirited, creative, like handy people that would make it. But I
like car fixing people.
I'll never understand.
They're different.
That is true. I'll never understand like what is appealing about a freeway, and go like as someone that's driven irresponsibly fast on both city streets, residential streets, and like the roads suck. Like having been on a racetrack before, like a proper, even like a half decent racetrack, way more of a blast. You can get in there with other people and mix it up and like not destroy your car just hitting a pothole. But like, I don't know. I guess it's like motorcycle riders. I just don't understand the appeal. See? Tracks.
There's your appeal.
I think also I was poor for most of my life, and that's why I don't understand any of this. Because I didn't have money for any of this.
Destroying an expensive car for no reason.
Yeah. Or even being able to afford a car just to mess with, That wasn't just like... Now, the one I could have afforded would have hardly ever ran, but I don't know. You gotta be wealthy for this.
Tiara's first pullover. You weren't going that fast, though.
Let's do 115.
Were you when he clocked you?
115 is pretty soft. You have a Mercedes that's probably pushing like 500 to the tires. Bro, we were doing that in V6 Chargers, like on accident. Like, bro,
yeah,
you are not cool. Like, if you're not doing like 150, you're not cool. Like, you're not even like on the verge of being cool. Like, legitimately, a Prius can do 115.
Also, like, you're in the middle of the desert, so you got so much like no traffic.
What I'm getting at, like,
no, everything's a straight line.
Like, you could have rented a Nissan Sentra from CarMax or whatever.
I think were you in my car? Were you in my car when I did a 120 and a Ford Focus? 2003 JK, and it was like shaking.
Not like a nice Ford Focus, like a 180,000 miles later and some car maintenance. Ford Focus.
It was a 2003 Ford Focus in like 2016. Well, no, 2010-ish, 2009. It was, I don't know. It was like 8 years old.
Was it automatic, or was it standard?
Yes, it was automatic.
On an automatic,
my standard to my next car.
Yeah, they're more likely.
When I got my Mazda, my little CX-3, that thing was a standard, and that thing was great.
Well, because those are less likely to govern you out. The automatics are almost like guaranteed to have a governor in them. But.
Yeah, I was shocked to let me go that fast.
You don't know how fast.
Exactly. I don't know. I was just going with the flow of
I
traffic.
think there was no
traffic.
All right, we're the traffic.
Yeah.
Are you saying she wasn't breaking the law bad enough? Yes, we are.
Yeah.
There's only robbers now.
How you feeling right now?
I get pulled over so much. I feel like it's just
not
trying to be the adult.
Just see what happens.
She's a pro. Let's see what happens. She was going pretty quick.
Not that fast.
You're right. Oh, okay.
You're at 10 miles an hour?
There's no way.
Oh, the speedometer is like screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
It went from 150 to 80 to 13.
Mm-hmm.
What? Also, like flashing, and I'm wondering if that has more to do with like the camera
That's
shutter.
for camera frame rate issue. Yeah, they're using like camcorders.
I tell you right now, as someone that's gone 140/100, like this is not it. She's doing like 80 tops. Like the Camry can do this like easily.
Yeah, when he saw us, you were going that fast.
No.
These guys are all honking as they go by. You're in the state of Nevada. I don't know where you're from.
Jersey.
Okay, New Jersey.
That's what I do. I'm the sergeant out here.
Okay.
So,
Big sergeant.
I need to take her to jail and then the other two to jail as well. And I'm going to tow all these cars.
Is there anything we could do?
Big Sarge, my dog.
Jersey.
Okay, New Jersey.
That's what I do. I'm the sergeant out here.
Okay.
So I need to take her to jail and then the other two to jail as well. And I'm going to tow all these cars.
Is there anything we could do about that? She didn't know how fast she
How
was
about
going.
you don't drive 110 miles an hour? I mean, I don't know why anybody would think that'd be okay out here.
That's fair. Just the spatial awareness out here, it's just wide open. So
I'm sorry.
we were out here for the guy's birthday. We're
I
going.
know. That's what the guy in the middle told me.
Yeah, we're just going down to Oatman to go.
So
see
I want to
some
know, how
Dodgers.
do you pull over 3 cars by himself?
Officer presence.
Nice.
There's some deputy shit here. This is like perfectly. There's probably one other officer there, and the tow truck who's like, "Oh, I know what this is." Like he's hearing it on the radio. Oh yeah.
She's got it.
I don't have my license, but I have my license number.
I've done this.
You get in a car without your license,
Yeah.
bro?
Allegedly.
That's how I know you're.
Sometimes I don't want to carry my damn wallet, bro.
Outside
It
of
hurts.
outside of speaking
Hurts
Spanish,
my butt. Hurts my butt.
This is how I know you're more Mexican.
I literally got a warning because I did this. I didn't have it on me, and I was like, "Can I just give it to you
If you would
verbally?"
like
And I
it.
think the dude respected that I knew the lingo.
It's in my other bag, unfortunately. I do have a valid license in the state of New Jersey. I can give you the number.
You're from New Jersey, for sure going to jail.
Don't understand. Do you have a passport or anything with you?
Yeah,
Anything with your ID?
You can have a passport, but not your freaking driver's license. That I don't get. Okay, she forgot that
Packed
too.
up,
Good.
but I can give you. I have like the photo ID of me.
Or credit card. Give him a credit card or something.
Yeah, some of your name on it. But yeah, you can't drive 110.
It's all in my other bag.
So
Yeah, what do
I
you
have
have?
nothing on me. I just have a picture of my license.
Okay, give him a picture of your license.
yeah, I'll get that in a minute. Okay.
Okay.
So here's what I'm gonna do. Okay. I want everybody's birthday weekend.
Yeah.
Write you a speeding ticket. I'm not even gonna write you for reckless.
Okay.
I'm supposed to write you for reckless.
Wee!
I'm gonna write you a speeding ticket. I'm gonna make it so that you can take care of it either by phone, by mail, online. You know, I'll give you some options. Okay.
Okay.
But you can't drive 110.
Okay, we
Fair
appreciate
enough.
that.
Understood.
I
Thank
know
you.
These cars are fast and nice, and got a big group of you guys together. So.
Yeah.
So are you recording now?
I am, yes.
Cool. Okay. Excellent. So am I.
I know.
So, but we just
He's
can't
got a
drive
body
that
cam
fast.
and he's still
Fair
letting me
enough.
go.
So give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna come back.
Got it.
So he's gonna
Just let me talk.
I know. I don't know. There's nothing for me to say.
For sure, tow all the cars. For sure, give them all tickets. For sure, take them all to jail for reckless.
See.
Like 100%. One, they were dumb enough to stop. Two, like, bro, the second he's like, well, look, it's a birthday. You coming up with excuses that aren't at least like someone's dying? Like, no.
You were about to go to jail until I was like, hey, how about we talk?
And then he starts
he's
to-
physically say, like, go back to the video. I'm going
I
to
know.
term is the reason you're driving.
He says if I take you to jail, he'll just bail you out.
That's what we.
That's what I
I'm
said.
just kidding.
That's
He
where-
didn't say that.
Worth it to tow the cars.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
No, but he would.
But he can't.
Thank you.
So here's what I'm doing.
Okay.
You're gonna get a warning.
Okay, thank you.
Sergeant
Okay.
Dice do better.
Oh, because
A warning? He didn't even issue the citation?
Wow.
No, has
Bro,
nothing to
if we
do
were
with it.
keeping score,
That's the coolest
this
story
might
I've
be
ever.
good.
Oh,
ever
cool.
20 years doing this job.
I wonder if they are just trying to not take people to jail because he's wearing the mask. If this was like peak COVID,
Plus
maybe
a
they just didn't want
selfie.
people in the jails. Yeah.
Plus a
The
selfie.
selfie sus.
They slipped this dude at 20.
Or he recognized them from the show.
That's annoying. Anyways.
This is celebrity privilege.
You're for sure getting
right now.
Watch me. I'll peel right out of here.
Burnout. Wow. Aw.
Come on, Utah. Tow it.
There you go.
Sweeper says, if this is super speeders, they tend to run these cannonball races. They are a bit tough to nail down traffic tickets on as they employ people like the ticket clinic. What is the ticket clinic?
Don't care. Full on immediate disposition on the citation, straight to jail. Enjoy getting your car out of the pound.
Oh, so basically just got like lawyers on retainer for this. I mean, they're rich. They just pay them.
That's what I'm saying. I would call the jankiest tow truck I could find. Be like, good luck suing them for the damage to your car.
It'll cost them more in production costs just not being able to film for like 2 days.
Stop doing that on my... Bro, I'd be so pissed. Doing this crap.
What?
He's coming on your side.
So turn the camera.
Out front, right when we entered, Lamborghini.
Measured yet.
It's full brake.
Oh.
No, someone pulled over. They're gonna go to jail. Let's see what happens to me.
Yeah, right.
Do a
Super speeders robbed.
So, and I hate to have to agree with this group, there is a demographic of people that are genuinely scared, either due to political reasons or whatever, of the police, right? And getting pulled over is very stressful for them. One, poor people in general, because they can't afford a ticket, right? Like, genuinely, like, these people are living paycheck to paycheck, so, like, getting pulled over is stressful because you're like, man, I'm arbitrarily up to the discretion of this officer, potentially going to ruin my budget and go further into credit card debt or not, or whatever, right? Then, like, I can't sit in jail overnight because then I can't go to work, and if I miss work, I then get fired, or again, if you're self-employed, like, I could lose business and whatever. Then there's this jackass. It's just like I don't know, man.
Tickets are fun.
Again, I'm fine with the shenanigans, like the skateboarding kids, right? But bro, it's whatever. Like, you're not. Worst thing that's gonna happen is you're gonna hurt yourself and have to go to the hospital. Right here, it's just a weird look to be taking odd selfies and to be this like not stressed out. I'm not saying be fearful of the police, but like, it's like a weird flex. This is kind of like those people that go to like really expensive restaurants, just like eat food like grotesquely. It's like, I don't know. It's a sickness. I don't know what it is.
Back to his old ways.
At least one of us got a ticket. You're driving so slow.
What? I was going faster than you.
My boy's taking
I got
pictures.
clocked 2 miles an hour faster than you were.
Back and you're like, didn't you get 2? Let's start with some.
Friend is about to pass. McLaren?
Right behind us when
I think I'm in the wrong car.
she might be.
Camp Bentley looks so in YouTube content.
Fucking bounced.
What?
Ready? Yep.
Okay. So here's your registration and stuff back.
Do you guys record or you do, right?
Yeah, it's all recording.
Can I? How do
Can
I?
we get that
I can get a
recording?
copy of it.
You'd have to
Motion for discovery.
Camera request
Yeah.
through the office, and the information should be on here.
Cool.
To get that, it's just through the highway patrol office.
Okay.
So yeah. So this is a citation for speeding.
You think this is how this guy gets like girlfriends and stuff? Like, how does this work? Why would
He pays for the girlfriends.
I think he's paying for the girlfriend.
Okay.
It's just weird.
Citation
I don't
numbers
get
right
it.
here in the top right. At the top there.
Okay. Okay.
But it
No, we
do a photo.
Okay, I'm gonna skim. I want to see him go to jail.
There's nobody in the.
He gets the friendliest freaking cops.
And I appreciate that. You guys
For how
make this
fast he's
something,
driving.
I appreciate that. I can take one look at these cars and I know that temptation, right?
Yeah.
I'd never be able to drive one, but I can imagine what it'd be like. Yes, I could.
A
Do
lecture?
I think it's necessary? I don't think it is.
Come on, trooper.
You guys, obviously in Montana with these cars, you don't blend in. You know that, right? We can't have to witness it. I know 100 different parameters.
That's
Tow it. Tow it.
Giving it a
David Patterson.
warning.
After we've been pulled over for 5 minutes, 50 miles an hour, 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 50 miles
The product placement.
Why do it if you're not going to have fun? Farrah did the right thing. He ran with us, and then he's like, I'm not going to stop. He can't get us all. Learned. Pulled over. Doing a DC to Nashville drive through. Whatever. I feel bad. All right. Thanks for watching the whole video. You know my other company, Adventure Drives. Well, we've got 3.
Dude, I would put an APB out and be like, tow every single one. Ticket, jail, tow. Every time. Every time. For reckless. It'd be easy for reckless. Or street race. Texas street racing in and of itself, I think it's like a state jail felony or something like that. Bro, he's taken these little tween girls on joyrides, getting people in trouble. Like, I don't know, dog. And like flaunting it on the internet. It's just a weird thing. I don't know. I have beef. Just know, punitive justice would be coming for you, homie. Damn. Spice him up. In the words of Dan next. Yeah, I was done with that guy too. That's the same guy. Okay, hold on.
Which one of us?
No, you know what? You know what? Stand by. Dislike seems pretty douchey. IE?
EY.
Or EY? Douchey?
Yeah. There you go. It's not technically a word, but I think that's the correct way to spell the fake word.
Enough, yes.
Can buy a date, but not a better face. Comment. I'm not gonna watch this one. Done. Okay. Call it justice.
But I like that one because he's like in the middle of getting a ticket, and the other dude like peels off right next to him.
Not giving this guy views.
Okay, well then you're not gonna like this one either.
Oh, get it! Dislike.
We didn't have enough long videos this week, so I had to put like 4 in here.
What does this say this is about? Second one, ball run. I don't know. I'm just gonna dislike it. I don't have any. No, I ain't got time for this guy. Anyways, what is this? Porter jail escape. Keith, is this your people or my people? County jails.
Your county judge can be mine.
People don't escape local jails. Mostly because we don't hold actual criminals.
They get released by the DA.
Yeah. Well, that happens at the county level too, to be fair. In fact, I'd argue the county level's worse. How does my boy get out? It reminds me of the Karen Reed case.
Yeah, he gets his trooper friend to flip the footage. That's how he gets out. He reverses it so that instead of walking in, he walks out.
Why do they have a? Why is this stupid? See, I'm going into jail. Why do they have a scissor lift here? It's also like the weirdest Sally Port I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, they're changing the light bulbs out there.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe they
Maintenance
towed it from one of those chases we watched where they have to catch a guy on a scissor lift.
One of the state boys. It says
One of
police.
the state boys.
I think this is my people going to your people.
I think it is.
Keith. Son of a bitch.
Boys in blue.
I am a fan of putting your gun and all that stuff in your trunk. I have once forgotten my gun and taser, like getting on scene to a call. It happened to me once. And I was very lucky because it was in my trunk. And I left it. I had to take somebody to jail, and I immediately was pulled from that to go and respond to a call. But I had a senior officer that was like, if I ever catch you using one of those stupid little lockers, I'm going to make fun of you. And I never did after that. I had to at like our, like the loony bin. We had the 11th floor JPS, or I think it was the 10th floor JPS, but we had like our psych ward, also you had to disarm to go in there. And yeah, that's the only one. That's the only time I'd use that. He's above the law. He's not disarming.
Oh, look at him go.
Dude.
Wow. Why was he... Was he like in the front seat? Did he climb over because they don't have a cage? What's going on?
That is dude, he timed that so perfectly. Oh, he messed up. There's a dog.
Oh, there's a dog.
He's handcuffed and there's a dog. Yeah, he played himself. That was pretty nice. I mean, that was pretty slick.
Mm-hmm. I say if he gets out of the parking lot,
that's a win.
Clear all his charges.
I want to see if they catch him. They catch him just scooting across the lawn here. This looks like where the Sally port would be.
Yeah.
The door's shutting.
Mm-hmm.
They should be skirting across this real quick.
Was he going to come out that side or?
Oh, there he goes.
I see him. There he is. Yeah, it was the other gate.
They cuffed him to the front.
Bro. Look at him go.
Bro, at Olympic speeds. Dude, my boy. Those cameras let me down. It's on like a regular
Yeah, it's on like
pan.
a timed.
That's dumb.
Swivel.
Yeah,
Let's get a 360 camera.
I tell you
from
what, you're gonna see
cameras much better.
Yeah, you're gonna see that dog just scooting. Oh wow, this dog is not motivated.
He just wanted to play. He's like, "Where are we going?"
I just want to get. Yeah, my boy timed this perfectly.
Yeah, he has to have been seated in the front because they cuffed him from the front. They probably put him in the front seat.
Dude, he cleared that so fast. That was like in 3 seconds. He cleared like at least a 20-yard dash here. Boom, gone.
Oh, Cody Smalls makes a good point. He might have slipped him to the front too if he's flexible enough. But I feel like that's less likely given that, because, and I'd like to know if there's any kind of divider between the back seat and the front seat, because I feel like
because in the front
if
seat
he was in the front seat,
room. Yeah, because you can't like lay over or anything.
Mm-hmm. So if he was in the front seat, then he was probably cuffed to the front.
That's wild.
And I'm guessing whatever he did was probably not a big deal.
Dog thought it was out for a jog. Is it playtime? That's so Jason Porsche. It really is. It's pretty impressive.
I mean, if he gets out of the parking lot, he deserves his freedom.
I'm
free
here
my
for
boy.
it. Yeah, free
Where's
my
my
boy.
emoji? Where's my free my boy emoji? Here we go. Free my boy.
Camera moves as slow as that. Anyways, we'll keep going. What is this? We're tuning that guy up.
Yeah. This is pure chaos.
Get pinned. I tell you what.
That guy's.
Bro. Is this LA?
New York?
Bro, they're really getting after it there.
It looks more New York than LA, or maybe Chicago. I don't know. A lot more red brick than I would expect in LA.
It's not a good look, dog. But that being said, don't be street racing. Oh my goodness! Wow, that was a bad day at the office. Mistakes made by U.S. park rangers. Whoa! What?
A slow-speed chase involving an old RV in the Marin Headlands ends with a crash and a surprise decision in court. A judge threw out most of the charges against that driver, questioning whether U.S. park rangers are in fact peace officers.
ABC 7 News IT.
Chaos officers.
I mean, they're commissioned, aren't they?
I think he's doing wordplay.
But
I got to think about that because your jurisdiction or maybe your oath is to like the park or like, because it's not a jurisdictional issue, but that's.
I mean, outside of the park,
because game wardens are peace officers.
Yeah,
even
but
though
that's
they're
like
not
state game wardens.
Yeah,
they're yeah.
Is he not?
That's
Is he not meaning it
federal.
like metaphorically of like, are they really here to protect the peace?
No,
if they're being wild or whatever.
No, stop.
Team reporter Dan
That's
Noyes
what
has
that,
investigation. We will see
that's
only on 7.
newscaster clever talk, bro. That's how the scriptwriters think.
Dan.
Oh man, Dan, there are several questions about how the park rangers behaved that night.
That's why you have
how
me
their
here.
actions
See?
escalated, which should have been a
See?
minor traffic stop.
I started having double vision.
Disturbing the peace instead of keeping it.
40-year-old Pacino Casey tells me he started feeling the effects of COVID while heading home to San Francisco with his wife and year-old daughter in their RV. So he stopped at Rodeo Beach in the Marin Headlands.
I pulled over there because I couldn't keep driving, and I didn't want to risk having accidents. So I knew that National Park was somewhere I could go and park for a few.
Suspect gets a -1 for misogyny. You have your wife there. You have another driver. Like, this isn't complicated.
You may not be comfortable driving the larger vehicle.
A larger vehicle. If they don't have practice, I'm not trusting it either. I don't trust Megan with my SUV because she's used to a much smaller car.
But one.
But I'm saying.
Your KDR for cars is not great.
Yeah, but listen, those were smaller cars, which proves my point.
No.
My SUVs have all survived.
I'm just saying. Juan did not have a good track record.
Listen.
A few hours and get some rest.
Just after 9 on a Wednesday night in January 2022,
I have major accidents. She has a lot of minor accidents.
On the
There's a
back
difference.
Of the RV. And then again, 30 seconds later, he didn't identify himself either time.
You know what? If he didn't say police, doesn't have
That's
the
true.
flashy lights. I mean,
Could just be some guy. Where's Bill to tell us if he would just start shooting? Now that he lives in an RV.
No kidding.
Ranger's body cam video shows Casey pulling away.
So when I heard that,
no lights.
And I'm like, it's dark. I'm already sick. I didn't even say nothing. I got up and started the RV and drove
Do park
away.
rangers get
At that
wee-woos?
point,
Do they
you
get
know-
the lights and everything?
Man, dude.
Yeah,
Toll,
for
the
in the
Tollway
park.
Authority gets the wee-woos.
Park ranger
Parks and
vehicle.
Rec do too, don't they? Because they're like emergency vehicles, like to do like maintenance and stuff. But they get like yellow
Rangers,
wee-woos.
the Rangers are the enforcement arm of the Department of Interior. So that's U.S. Park Police, U.S. Park Rangers.
Okay, they do have them. They have the like.
Oh wow!
Not all of them have like a full light bar, but they've
Yeah.
got them.
So Millennial
all
says
the other little ones.
it doesn't prevent them from conducting stops or preventing like violent crimes in progress, but on a state to state basis, likely misdemeanors are generally a no go.
Yeah.
Are they peace officers?
Know that it was a ranger?
Oh.
He could have announced himself.
I shared the video from that night with Travis
Okay,
Norton,
hold on.
retired
There's some reds and blues there now. Like it's a little different.
police
Maybe you turn
lieutenant
him on
and
later.
SWAT team leader who now teaches for the National Tactical Officers Association and testifies in court as a police procedures expert. Norton tells me the U.S. Park
What a
Rangers made several mistakes that night. Number one, the ranger failed to identify himself right away.
RV just turned on and took off on me.
And after Casey pulled over, the ranger told his colleagues that he had identified himself.
I knocked on the door. I was like, hey, police, come out. Turned on the RV.
That'll get you canned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying you're not allowed to have bad memory, but what he should have said is, I don't know if I identified myself. You should know.
Mm-hmm.
Start driving.
So
Norton says
he's
that
got
made
the
the
lights
other-
on here.
Yes. So I'm assuming the guy took off from him.
Yeah, and then he turned them on because in the earlier video they were not on.
No.
At least that I could tell. So like maybe first contact, no lights. Second contact, definitely lights.
Yeah, but I don't think you get eluding in a vehicle
if you don't know
because
that's
he
a
never
cop.
turned. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You don't have the knowingly and intentionally side of it.
Mm-hmm.
Said stress pause.
Other rangers see Casey in a different, more suspicious
Education
light.
pause.
Obviously, if you came up to me and said, hey, I identified myself, and then the guy took off, okay, well, it would appear that he's fleeing from us.
A park ranger sergeant arrives and speaks with dispatch. She learns Casey has a $7,500 warrant out of Pacifica.
148.9 Alpha and PC 148 Alpha 1.
Providing false information to police and resisting, both misdemeanors, nonviolent crimes.
Resisting is technically a violent crime, but it's not like the fun kind of.
I mean, we've seen plenty
I've seen
of
some
resisting
atrocious
what?
resisting. However, providing fake information would require that they had a lawful detention and then gave like a fake identity or whatever, like later, and that they had enough evidentiary value to tie it to him in a warrant. The warrant's probably good. I'm with you on the resisting charge is probably bullshit, but it is what it is.
But mistake number 2.
If he's got a warrant for providing false information, would he not also need a warrant for whatever the crime was, or is that a separate thing?
I'm not sure.
Like whatever the original detention would be for.
I'm not sure unless it was like something that they like. It was like a traffic citation. It would be a different type of warrant. But I'm with you. If the only charge was resisting, and then like failed ID, basically.
If it was like they walked up to him because he was like looking sus, and then they talked to him and he refused to like identify, or he told them the wrong name, and then he resisted when they tried to like
that's sketchy.
cuff him.
Yeah.
Like, is that at that point, if you had no actual reason for the stop in the first place?
I'm with you.
on
The
it.
sergeant gets the criminal code numbers wrong and concludes Casey was arrested for a bomb threat.
And was it also 148.1
Oh my
Alpha?
God.
I thought they said 148.1 also.
Yeah, it must have been.
Which is a bomb threat.
And that bad information spreads from one ranger to another.
False tags?
Wait.
No, false bomb threat. Oh, bomb threat.
Travis Norton tells me that continues to escalate the situation.
That would take you to a little more elevated sense of maybe there's some danger here.
Mistake number 3. When the sergeant tries to speak with Casey, it gets heated over that simple misdemeanor case.
So here's where we're at. You got a warrant.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
We
No, I
already went
don't.
through that
I already
because
been through that already.
I had to pay for it. I had to pay for
Okay.
jail.
You have to pay for
So
it.
I know that we already went through this.
There's a lot going on here. My bitch be, hey, guys, have a good night. Just clear that warrant up for us. Thank you. But then it turns into something that in my opinion, it didn't need to.
I know.
So I don't like the political answer here, because let's say the guy does have, I mean, to my understanding, even though they had the wrong offense, they still had a good warrant, which they would have had to clear with dispatch anyways and say, hey, well, if they confirm on the warrant, you take them. Like now, normally, like on a misdemeanor warrant, like just where I work, because that was everybody, like half the people, if not more of the people I dealt with, at least had one misdemeanor warrant, if not multiple. Typically, I wouldn't ask to confirm, especially if they were out of agency, which a lot of them were. If I had an in-agency warrant for anything that wasn't a moving violation, sometimes I would, like, especially if it was a relatively snow light, I'm probably confirming on it. Also, depending on if there's other circumstances dealing with this. A child being in the car that I'm not trying to take custody of in a non-violent warrant, right? So this is going to be for like tickets or some paperwork BS or whatever. You're probably letting it go. But if you think that this person's potentially being confrontational, there's a warrant on the books for it. If you confirm on the warrant, even if it was just a speeding ticket, a warrant's a warrant. You're allowed to utilize force to take a warrant in. They have all the PC they need if they confirm on it, and the agency that has the warrant out for them asks for them to go ahead and take action on it. Like, that's a very political answer that he gave, which I think is kind of shitty. Because, like, if the officer determines that, hey, I'm going to see if they want me to do it, and they want you to do it, you take them. That's
No, what you're doing. Listen, I know what you're doing, and I know what you're doing. Okay? I know. No. They had him in LA, and when they
Do not take off. Do not take off. Do not take off.
Now you have a problem.
I mean, evading in a vehicle, resisting arrest. Like,
now you have a problem. Now there's wee-woos. Now there's contact. Now you know they're police. Different story now.
They're articulating PC to you, right? They're saying like, hey, we're going to take you in on a valid warrant.
Yeah, even if they technically have the number wrong, they do have valid warrants for them.
Yeah, dog. Like,
yeah.
You argue and then take off? Like, I don't know.
Casey admits at this point he made a mistake.
And I know I don't have a warrant, and I have the paperwork in the car, and we were going through the argument.
Clearly you were.
And he pulled on the door, and it scared me, and I panicked.
And you took off.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
Is that not a knowingly and intentionally?
Sounds like it, yes.
I don't get it.
Looking back on it, do you regret?
If you had the paperwork in the car, why you get the paperwork?
Casey pulls away in the RV, and mistake number 4. The Rangers in their SUVs give chase.
We don't chase people for misdemeanor warrants. The risk versus gain analysis is just not there. What are we gaining and what are we risking?
I'm going to paint this in a different light just for the sake of discussion here, right? Most places are not going to let you chase for misdemeanors in general, right? For the argument that he gave, which I'm fine with, right? But let's say the warrant was for domestic assault, right? And victim or not victim is clearly in the vehicle with him. We have a warrant, it's Class B misdemeanor, right? For domestic assault. I go confirm on it. Got a good warrant on a Class B misdemeanor, right? He takes off. I have potentially a victim in the car. Dude taking off on a warrant I'm perfectly fine with. And eluding in a vehicle is a felony in progress, right? In most states, probably. You're not going to chase for that?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that. It's kind of that's my beef is like, it's a misdemeanor. What about if it was for a bomb threat? What if this guy's going around calling in bomb threats? Like,
also, it was a misdemeanor, and now
it's a felony in progress.
It's a felony in progress. Yeah,
I'm on viewing the felony. Like, that's
like originally, yes, this was misdemeanor warrants.
Yeah.
But like now he's fleeing from federal agents. Like, what do you mean?
Like that's kind of my beef with the way. Like, he's painting it like, well, we don't chase. It's a misdemeanor. It wasn't that big a deal. It's like, the guy felt perfectly comfortable running in a vehicle, which also pisses me off because let's say he takes off. He's taking off and I have no idea what he's doing outside of speeding, right? Which I already have another stop for him on. Right. You're not going to pursue for speed, right?
Not the vehicle you run in.
But, like...
Dude's in a Camry? Okay.
You don't think he's a danger to the public?
Yeah.
Why is it that I would chase for a DWI? DWI is a misdemeanor. It's a non-violent misdemeanor. Because I can articulate the potential danger to the public. Like, I don't like the way that was portrayed. Because that's very, like, they'll hold that stance unless dude takes off from the traffic stop, plows into a family of 4, and he's like, well, the officer just did poor judgment by not controlling the scene. And normally we would, like, they'd give another political answer, completely dumping all of the blame onto the individual that was on scene having to deal with it, rather than actually saying, like, the reality of this is complicated. You know what I mean? Step, bro. You need to chill.
The Rangers escalate the situation further, aiming their long guns at the RV as it nears the one-way tunnel with the 5-minute red light. Mistake number 5.
Just toss this thing and go.
They failed to deploy the spike strips properly.
The deployment of the spike strips, not good.
But they shouldn't be pursuing. So why are we deploying spike strips? Why are we even discussing it? Unless you would have rather they deployed spike strips effectively using force on a fleeing vehicle, which you'd only do if you were in an authorized pursuit. Like, why even bring this up?
Mm-hmm.
Also, if he's cool with them using spike strips, which is like aggressively disabling a car, like this is just as dangerous as pitting someone, really and truly. It's almost worse because you're like disabling the front tires. Like if these are good, like that car's toast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who cares about the long guns? Like, also in a pursuit, policy's gonna be this is now a high risk takedown of a vehicle. You're gonna point guns at it. This is weird. This is a very political answer.
He puts them in the wrong spot. He doesn't pull them back, so you need to put them in the lane that the subject is traveling. That doesn't happen. And then once that vehicle passes, you pull those spike strips back so you don't deflate the tires of your own vehicles.
Agreed.
That's exactly what happens. The RV passes without hitting the spike strips, but a Ranger's SUV runs right over them.
Okay, that's kind of hilarious.
That's mistake number 5.
That's
Actually,
mistake number 5.
Mistake number 4, because I don't count
Don't-
number 4.
don't
Number 4
di-
was a dumb mistake.
Don't disable your own vehicles. That is stupid. I don't know why rifle guys probably at that specific point in time, like they're not going in your direction. You don't know that it's necessarily requiring like the pew-pew, so why are you covering down on it that way? The other thing is they probably have information or should have had information over the radio that there was more than one person in that car. You're avoiding at all costs possible trying to discharge your firearm in a car like that. That I do think would be irresponsible as hell.
A tire.
I think this vehicle will be back.
Well, so, and correct me if I'm wrong, but
Mistake
like being out of your patrol cars with your guns out right there when you haven't yet stopped the car and you are deploying spike strips in that area, like he's not gonna. The spike strips don't just stop the car dead in its tracks. Like, what are you gonna do? Run from where you are to like half a mile down the road where the RV is gonna stop?
Yeah.
What exactly was the? So I maybe
The
they
whole
do have
thing's
mistake
kinda
number
dumb.
4 on.
Yeah.
They get mistake number 4 just for being out of their cars. Like
so
I understand. Okay, felony takedown part, fine.
I'll put it
the
this way.
Specific of when they put or when they did it, dumb. So we'll meet in the middle there.
Yeah, I give shit to deputies a lot, but they are subject matter experts on this very thing, as far as deploying the spike strips, chasing people, figuring it all out. And this is indicative of not a lot of experience at doing that. This is a lot of people's first time doing this kind of stuff. Like, it's pretty evident.
This is probably the first time they've taken them out of their vehicles. It's like,
Probably. And that's
we're
fine.
Rangers.
We're not here to talk shit, but like it is what it is. I didn't do great the first time I had to get in a pursuit. Like
It's a little more complicated than telling teenagers not to have alcohol out here.
Agreed. It's a little more stressful.
Number 6. The Rangers try to block the tunnel by parking an SUV inside at an angle.
We don't block anything because that's dangerous. You can cause crashes, and in fact, it does in this set of circumstances.
As I hit the curve, the car.
If it's a one-way and you don't want other people getting in like the way, like they realize it's escalated, right? Who cares? It's a policy violation. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure it's in policy. Like, it was in policy for us that we were not to block a car, right? But if there's a parade going on and there's a driver that ignored my barricade, like, that's some real admin shit to be like, I was against policy. Thank you for sacrificing your life, possibly saving thousands of people from a terrorist attack, but that's against policy. Like,
yeah. No benefits for your family.
No, seriously. Like, he says that, but that's legit.
Some sort of crap like that, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I have beef, man. I'm like nuclear for police departments. I'm sorry. If I ever try to volunteer for another police department, whoever has to watch this video later, yes, I'm this problematic. I'm sorry.
Cars in there, I hit on the brakes and it's just not stopping,
Failure to maintain a safe vehicle.
Yes, write that ticket.
Dude, all day long. Who's at fault for this crash? That guy. Faulty evasive action. Failure to maintain a safe vehicle. Likely not passed inspection in a while, if you know what I'm saying.
He sideswipes the Ranger's SUV and gets stuck in the tunnel with a carload of tourists. No injuries, besides Casey's daughter, who suffered some minor scratches. Mistake number 7.
This car moves, you get shot. Your hands drop,
you get shot.
You have an officer who is pointing his firearm at the front of the vehicle, right up on. When we compress time and space like that, you increase the danger level for everybody.
Norton says this ranger is elevating the encounter for no reason.
Hey, can you get your hands up for me? Just get your hands up. Something like that is going to be much more effective.
They're a little cranked up right now.
They did just run, right?
So they just hit a deputy's car.
That's kind of what I'm getting.
Sorry. They went head-on collision to a bunch of tourists, right? Who are now stuck in the tunnel with you. I'm just like, I don't know, context a little bit. Like, it's like too elevated for this situation. Like, what do you consider to be a situation where you can get this elevated?
Yeah.
Like, do they have to be holding the trigger to the bomb vest that they're wearing? Like, is that where you can start being less nice about the yelling and then don't put your hands on the steering wheel? Like, is that where we need to be?
If I had a complaint, I could see the crossfire discussion, right? Mm-hmm. Where they're like pointing a gun through the windshield and whatever. That I can maybe understand. They're effectively pinned in this car now, right? If there's other tourists on either side of this vehicle, I don't want them I don't want them now backing up and hitting other people's cars, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've already, whether intentionally or not, right? We don't know this or not. We can't know. For all we know, he intentionally hit that car and whatever. But if I'm the officer on the scene, it's now incumbent on me to make sure he doesn't turn that thing into a weapon, because he's already willingly, for all I know, willingly ran this into other vehicles. We got lucky he got stopped. It was deadly force encounter. Bro, you're going to like, I'm not concerned. What they did was way better than the weird ground and pound thing that was happening on the poor bikers, right? And again, maybe it was justified. Maybe that guy was pulling a Glock on them. You don't get to know. I just don't like that they're nitpicking this use of force decision on the back end, given the context of, sure, maybe they got the citation number wrong or the code number wrong. They had a valid warrant. Guy knowingly and intentionally fled from a traffic stop, then struck a patrol car. And he's only talking about it because he could point out that they blocked traffic and it was a policy violation. Let's say he just hit the car on purpose. They didn't try to block traffic. Let's just say it was the car parked off to the side where they're trying to spike strip it. Like, dude, like, I don't know. Like, that's asking a lot. Should park rangers be doing any of this? Probably not. Because as much as cops like aren't subject matter experts on uses of force all the time, like for damn sure park rangers aren't. But like, I think they owe it to the public to control the situation. That's going to require force. Why give them guns and spike strips and patrol cars if they're not going to get used? Like, it's the reason why we don't give lifeguards any of this stuff. So, you know, they don't have the training or experience to use any of it.
Everybody's blood
Maybe
pressure
if we
is
did,
up
fewer
at this
people would
point,
drown.
but we don't need to do that. You're the professional.
I'm not gonna fight you. Whatever you want me to do, okay?
The Rangers took Casey into custody, charged with evading a peace officer with reckless driving, child endangerment, vandalism, hit and run.
Child endangerment, felony. Fleeing in a vehicle, felony. Like, hit and run driving is like a class A in a lot of places, like a misdemeanor. I don't know what the equivalency is going to be in the state, but these are all actual offenses.
Driving without a valid driver's license, resisting a peace officer.
Everyone involved made some pretty bad decisions. My client and the Rangers.
Casey's attorney successfully argued that U.S. National Park Rangers are not peace officers under California law and should have not been involved in enforcing a warrant from a state court.
Those Rangers don't have the proper training to be peace officers, and they're specifically excluded from peace officer status by the legislature. The law is really clear in that regard.
The judge dismissed most of the charges. A jury later convicted Casey for child endangerment and driving without a license. He's on probation after spending a year and a half in Marin County Jail. Pacino Casey credits his wife for hanging in there and finding a lawyer who could help.
She didn't leave me in there. She didn't leave me in there. And she knows that I've been protecting her, and she protected.
You weren't protecting your kid when you ran from the cops, dog. Like,
or her, who was standing while you were driving there, not wearing a seatbelt, not seated even.
I tell you what, shout out to your girl here for being a ride or die. They don't make them like that anymore. But like, bro, if you're running by yourself, fine. You're only risking yourself. I still have issue with it because you're still endangering the public. But like, the way they're painting the story, it's painful to me. Like, painful. Mom, thank you for gifting memberships.
Got 5 new members. But also, like, so my thing too is like there are valid criticisms to be made, and they didn't make any of them. Like, they didn't make any of them. They went with this weird narrative of excessive escalation.
Just a dude running from the cops in his RV. You know?
Yeah. And it's just like, no, like the things you're criticizing are the dumb things to be criticizing, because those are like the only few things they did correctly here. Criticize the fact that they misread the warrant. Criticize the fact that like he didn't have his lights on the first time he approached the freaking RV. You know, didn't announce.
Yeah, and those I have no beef with. I really truly believe they did not have evading in a vehicle that first go around. You just knock on a window and say, "Hey, yo, dog, what's up?" Like, he drives off. You're
lucky
good.
You don't get shot.
Very lucky.
Middle of the night, I'm in the RV in the middle of nowhere. You don't knock on my door.
Don't try that in Houston.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say.
No.
But
so the other thing, and maybe we kind of talked about this, but they did mention that the legislature specifically excludes them from being peace officers. Is that, I'm guessing that's this state specifically?
I never dealt with park rangers. I didn't have any national parks in my jurisdiction, so I can't speak on that. But I don't know.
Because they're saying like they don't. He said they don't have the training or whatever. It's like, well, if they don't have the training, why do they have all of the stuff that they need the training to have?
That's kind of what I mean. Is like you don't get it issued unless you get training.
It's not for funsies.
Yeah, like I wasn't issued spike strips. I don't know how to use them. I never used them. They weren't issued to me. They weren't even like available for us to grab because my agency didn't use it. We were a 800 sworn sized agency. We had rifles and could ask for helicopters and stuff, but like they were just, our policy was we didn't use spike strips. We also didn't pit. I wasn't taught how to do it. It was a huge policy violation if you did it. Now you could legally, if I'm at a deadly force encounter or whatever, I got a car, I get to use it. But like there gonna be certain policy and I didn't have beanbag shotguns. I didn't have 40 mic rounds. I didn't have any of that stuff. Why? Because I wasn't trained on how to use it, right? So, like, why do they have all these things if they're not allowed to use it? You know, like, even then, like, why would you have the ability to even run warrants, right? Like, unless you had a way, like, why do you even have TCIC, NCIC access? Like, if you can't do anything with it. Like, that's weird. Like, you don't give social workers that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird.
Yeah. It's a very weird thing for them to say. So I'm looking it up right now, and so it does depend on the Park Service. So this is a Reddit post, so take it with a grain of salt. They said the National Park Service has law enforcement rangers which act as police for the parks, but they also have other rangers who do things like maintaining trails and do educational programs. So there's like a tiered system for the National Park Service. And then California and what is it? New York, California, both require all of their park rangers to be also sworn officers, like trained as law enforcement. So I guess it might be just a state by state thing of like what they get. But again, if they're bringing rifles and spike strips and have the wee woos, like I assume they're probably to some extent a law enforcement. Like they're expected to enforce laws, not just clean park trails.
Yeah, because like that's just my beef with it. It's like you're gonna absolve this guy of his behavior. Now, don't get me wrong, CCP is important. Having the authority is important, but like when the PC's there, and you have people that are, it's like when we had this conversation the other day about arming teachers, right? And it's like, are there teachers that are likely going to do a better job than cops if given the same training? 100%. I've seen some cops with all the training and authority in the world shit the bed, right? The problem's going to be the type of recruiting you do for police officers, the type of recruiting you do for teachers is very different. So the statistical likelihood is not there. On top of that, who's going to pay for that? Like, I can barely afford to get these teachers like chalk and like textbooks and stuff. Like, you mean I'm going to buy them now like an $1,800 rifle, and I'm going to pay for thousands of dollars worth of ammunition, and how am I going to store the thing? Like, it's complicated. It's not as simple as just, here's the gun, the thing works, right? Same thing like evoc, the whole nine, right? And so like I have beef when you're going to put the individual in the position to go make the decision and then not give them some level of deference. It's really why, when you get to the discussion of qualified immunity, and really why a lot of people that have done the groundwork of actual, whether it's law enforcement, nursing, social work, you'll have administrators that will look very cruelly from the, from the top down at the work being done in the trenches. And they'll be like, well, you got kicked in the face by that patient because you weren't nice enough to them. You're like, can we not hold the guy kicking me in the face accountable? Right? Like, no, how dare you? Hell yeah. My boy won.
There we go. The chat's wanting to elect me for sheriff, so I was trying to find my little badge, but I can't seem to find it on my desk, so I'm gonna go with the hat.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah.
But yeah, Millennial mentioned. He said that they're federal, so they have federal training similar to the other 3-letter agencies. So yeah, like they can affect whatever.
If they can do it, they can do it. I think it's dumb. That guy was the like quintessential administrator. Like quintessential. Like, dude, you're damned if you do. I remember vividly, we had a critical missing person, and this poor lady was walking around with like a potted plant, and she was gone for like a whole day, and she managed to walk like 40 miles to end up being like somewhere in her area. And shout out to the rookie that found her. It's like maybe 2 or 3 blocks from me. So she calls out on the radio, I think I found the lady. I'm the second person on scene. And I'm like, yes, it's indeed the lady. And if every administrator didn't show up to go pee on that so that they could go take the picture and go claim this whole thing. You know how many streets we blocked and how many times like we were doing things that were likely policy violations, like in every which way, to go find this poor lady. But God forbid something goes sideways. You wonder why they have a hard time recruiting. Yeah, what Juan's saying. It's a nice admin hat.
Vote for me, I'll write you up.
He's wearing my hat.
It's true.
Have you not given it to
get to see? No.
Bro, y'all are like 20 minutes away from each other. There's no
busy,
excuse.
I know. It's less than that. He's like across a bridge for me.
Anyway.
In Peculiar, Missouri, who was texting when he struck this cyclist,
Oof.
and a tow truck in Ohio that took this driver for a wild ride. To a runaway tire in Pennsylvania that
Bad
definitely caught these officers by surprise, and a sheriff's deputy in Texas that survived after crashing into a speeding train. Here are some of the craziest police accidents and mistakes caught on camera.
I'm ready.
Number 8.
Everyone knows how dangerous texting in Peculiar, Missouri, for example. It was around 6:30 p.m. on July 26th of 2018. Joseph Fasanello was out riding his bike when he came to a stop sign at an intersection. He looked right to see a Peculiar Town police officer heading toward him. Unfortunately, the officer was distracted by a text and took the turn a little too sharply.
Wonder why this guy didn't go. Maybe he was turning left.
Maybe. What in the hell?
You mother... What the f*** are you looking
Is
at
he
your
on a
phone,
bike?
officer? I got a text from the other officer here. Give me a second.
Bye, Felicia. And that was his last. Oh, no, let's be honest. This is a rural area. This was not his last day as a police officer.
He got promoted after this.
There's no law enforcement objective that's going to allow you to just smack an innocent bystander.
Man, he's a biker. He deserved it.
Not affecting an arrest. not, bro, like, he's lucky that it's not like he didn't get more seriously injured. That guy had died or something. You're looking at like vehicular manslaughter charges. Like, even as it is, like, it's probably my last day at the office. Oof. Get paid, friend.
Yep.
Did he?
I'd be pissed too.
Oh yeah, he destroyed his bike. Watch him try to find some reason to like give him a ticket.
Why are you texting?
Are you drunk?
Why do I smell alcohol on your breath?
Either way.
Stop resisting.
That's my bad. Why are you doing that in a turn? I wasn't paying attention. Officer, holy dude.
His booty call.
I can walk.
Mm-hmm.
How's my arm look? Your arm's fine. How about this one?
I'm not a medical professional.
Start calling an ambulance.
That's the only break you got right there.
Get him checked out.
Thankfully, Joseph only suffered a few scrapes and bruises. His $5,000 bike, however, was totaled. They offered to take him to the ER, but he ultimately refused the treatment.
Dumb. Always go.
Super
Dog.
dumb. Always take the treatment.
Bro, like.
And have a lawyer with you in the doctor's office.
Get
to tell the doctor
paid
what to write down.
on Only Robbers.
Yup.
Get paid, dog.
Treatment. To avoid a conflict of interest, Missouri State Police arrived to handle the scene and file an official report.
Shout out to
boys.
They actually handled that very well. They said, hey, we're not going to work this. We're going to let another agency work this. That's not us. That's the correct way to do it. None of that shady Karen Reed nonsense. Shout out to them.
In the end, Officer Charles Wallace was suspended with pay for distracted driving. Joseph offered an update in October of 2018. He said the police department's insurance company was stingy about how much money they'd give to him for a new bike. Thankfully, a local shop saw the footage and gave him a fantastic deal on a new ride.
Nah, bro, lawyer up. You could have gotten so much money for this. You could have retired from this.
Suspended with pay?
Yep.
Yeah. That's what happens to all bad cops, Josh.
Wow. It's what you call lifelike.
He got made sergeant, and then now he trains other cops.
Cody said, "Keith, play the sound."
Patrolman,
Oh my god, that's incredible.
Also, I'm officially a sheriff now. I won in a landslide.
Yeah, dude, no kidding. Oh, did you put it to a vote?
Yeah, I did. One with 89%. We had a 1% undecided.
It's unclear what happened to the officer. According to one source, he's no longer employed by the Peculiar Police Department. Midland, Texas is a small city.
I'm glad I'm not keeping the scoreboard down. This would have not been great. We'd have been like we were already we got to like -102 last week.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday the scoreboard will be in full effect, but for Tuesday, just because I don't know what we're gonna be watching, maybe I'll keep the scoreboard. Yeah, we'll see. We might keep it for both streams, but I'm glad we don't have it for this one because municipal's really shit in the bed. We've let a prisoner escape. I don't know who to count the park rangers under.
Yeah, we're punching one biker,
punching
another
bikers.
biker.
We're not doing
I don't know where I feel like park rangers. Well, I guess they're federal.
Yeah.
They feel like deputies, though.
They've got more like a state boys feel, just because
that's true.
Between Odessa and
locals.
Big Spring. It's home to about 132,000 people and a sheriff's deputy who's lucky to be alive. It was May 21st of 2021. Two sheriff's deputies in different cruisers were responding to a baby in distress call. Concerned for the child's life, they raced through red lights and stop signs, only to be stopped by a slow-moving train. They inched as close as they could to get a jump once the train passed. Unfortunately, it wasn't the only train passing through Midland that afternoon.
Midland.
It's
Midlanda.
Oh,
idiot. That's a pit.
Oh my
It's a
god.
hell of a pit.
That is called not clearing the intersection. That'll be on you. Emergency vehicle operations, right? You got the wee-woos going, so you're allowed to use due regard, but like you can't get in trouble until something goes wrong. So in this instance, that's a self-pit if I've ever seen one.
Well, at least he didn't leave a suspect in the car.
You know what? That is true. I won't even dock deputies for this one because at least they didn't leave a suspect in the car.
It was a cell phone.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh my god. Stay in the car. Stay in the car.
I like how there's other people getting to this car before this other deputy's getting
Yeah.
Our camera woman continued praying as Good Samaritans rushed over to help the deputy from his wrecked car.
Shout out
Thankfully,
camera
he
woman.
only
That's right.
suffered
Just
a
get the
few
shot.
minor injuries and made a full recovery at the local hospital. As for the baby in distress, other deputies responded to the call and transported the child to the emergency room.
Good on them. There was a term, what was it? Don't make someone else's emergency your emergency. I think was the term.
Oh, crap.
That's from Keith's generation. But they were basically like, get there, but part of getting there is getting there. So, you can go code and do all the cool fun. You good, Juan?
I got a leg cramp.
Juan's emergency now.
Mr. Hemi.
I'm turning this emergency to my emergency. I got that admin injury. I sat too long and injured myself.
Chief Leonard Guida of the Bradley Beach Police
we've seen this
Department
one.
might be the world Sergeant
He
Will.
gets sat down.
This guy's an idiot.
You have a problem?
Full penetration here.
Me. What? Now get out of here. Before you're mine. My. Because this is. Oh, we Billy.
I'll skip this one since we've seen this before.
A minor fender. For 20-year-old Cameron Jenkins, April 15th of 2009.
Good B-roll. Like, really good B-roll.
Was getting off to a bad start. He had just gotten into a minor fender bender while heading westbound on I-71 near Cleveland, Ohio. An officer arrived on the scene and spoke with Cameron about the accident. Meanwhile, the officer's body cam recorded a tow truck driver as he hooked Cameron's car up with him still inside. With the push of a button, Cameron's day went from bad to unbelievable. You can see the driver wiggling between the tow truck and the concrete wall. Then, without warning, Cameron's car starts going up and up and up. Our officer backs away and watches Cameron's car flip into the high-speed lane. Thankfully, nobody was coming, or else Cameron...
Could you imagine?
What the hell?
Or an 18-wheeler would have smoked that thing.
Oh, yeah.
This is why I get over.
Patrolman, you have a problem.
Sorry.
Do you think you could authorize drawing down on this tow truck driver? Keith's like, no.
Well, no, wait. I'm thinking.
Let me put my sheriff hat on.
I mean, he did just throw a car into the fast lane. Probably my mistake, but still.
I'll allow it. There we
go. He says, I'll allow it. For the most based sheriff of all time. He's like, yeah, but sure, why not?
Yeah.
It's likely a mistake. This is more of a civil issue than more than anything. But that tow company's getting sued the pants off.
Yeah. I just want to know how that happened. That you flipped the whole car. Like, is it not attached?
Well, so like in those tow trucks, they just kind of like grab the front wheels a little bit. But if you get too high, you're no longer holding. Like they're not chained. We had flatbeds for that very reason. Because at least in the flatbeds, they would actually pull the whole vehicle like off the pavement and get it to sit like fully on the vehicle. So like it was stable no matter how many tires. We had to tell them like how many tires were down. A lot of times you'd have like all four down. They would bring like a slightly bigger flatbed. But they knew that they were like just going to be dragging a corpse of a car onto the back of it. But it's to prevent stuff from falling off. If there's more stuff that's like broken on the car, you're not losing tires and stuff on the freeway as you're towing it. So this is probably a more rural area. It's the only truck they have.
Would have been toast. Cameron said nobody
I'd
ever
be curious
asked his
if
permission.
there was...
Emu did towing.
Oh, yeah.
She can tell us.
Mission to hook his car onto the tow truck. He was simply talking to the officer, and then the next thing he knew, he was staring up at the sky. Meanwhile, the tow truck driver claims the buttons to lift the boom had been sticking recently. Management allegedly knew about it, but hadn't fixed the situation. Still, it's unclear why he decided to lift the truck while Cameron was still inside. According to Cameron's lawyer, he suffered a severe concussion that still has lingering effects today.
There
In the
you
end,
go.
They sued the towing company for
Get that money, boy.
$50,000.
$50K.
Oh, that's pretty weak. Oh,
Bro.
you can definitely get better than that.
How to shut
Listen,
that
if y'all ever
token
have this happen, you talk to me first. I'll get you a good lawyer.
No kidding.
I've got a couple of clients that can get you sorted out.
Bar PM is an LGBTQ plus bar on South Broadway in
Oh,
St.
also,
Louis, Missouri.
so before we move on to the next one, I wanted to ask, because we didn't get to hear the body cam audio, but do you think that cop was just yelling the entire time, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, in the tone? Yeah, probably. Let's be honest. Like, hey,
like,
yo, what is going on? Whoa, whoa.
Yeah. Because he immediately like starts backing away, and like I would assume he's probably going like, "Yo, what the hell? There's still a guy in here," and the other dude's over there like trying to push the stuck button, going like, "Well."
I like how Ricardo and Combative were both like $50K. What?
Easy, bro. That's $250,000 to $1 million, easy.
Yeah, Combative gave it the $250,000 number here.
It's owned by two men
Emotional
who
distress
pride
alone.
themselves on running a neighborhood bar that's welcome to everyone in the community.
I'll
On
never be able
December
to see a tow
18th
truck
of
again.
2023, around 12:30 a.m., owners James and Chad were closing up
perfume
shop
bottle?
when they heard screeching tires and a loud bang outside.
That's not what you
the
do
next
with an
thing
old-fashioned.
they knew, a police SUV.
Bro, look at this street. So
it's art.
This was a
an art
phenomenon.
gallery.
We had the 1776, I think is what it was called, which was like our local gay bar that we had off Division Street, and they picked like one of the worst spots on that street to have a bar, but they never got messed with. I've like for bars that like had it, like there was bars literally across the street had issues. Caves had issues. All those places had issues, but nobody messed with the gay bar. Shout out to them. We had a very accepting ghetto area in the middle of my city. They were very, June was a very safe month for them. But like, bro, like just look at this. This looks like post-hurricane, like kind of boarded up and graffitied.
SUV was crashing through their front door. 2 street cameras captured the incident. The first shows the officer screaming through an intersection and then crashing into the corner of the building. The second angle shows the officer blatantly running a red light without his lights or sirens on. Now, this is where the story
He
should
did
have
not clear
ended.
that intersection.
The officer should have
Patrolman,
apologized, and the city of
you
St.
have a
Louis
problem.
should have paid for any damages. But that's not what happened. Chad, one of the bar owners, was understandably upset. After all, a car had just crashed through his livelihood. He didn't appreciate it when one of the officers asked to see his ID. This escalated unnecessarily, and the officers
That's what I
placed
expected from the
Chad
guy
in
who hit the biker.
handcuffs.
100% what I expected from the guy who hit the biker.
That's not how it works, dude. Good night. You hit the house, dude. Write a report.
You cannot card me.
He can yell at you.
I mean, technically, he's the victim of like criminal mischief or whatever they want to call this. I don't know what the thing for like damages is going to be. Like it should be more civil in the sense that like they're going to do a report, but it's like just to document it for like as a crash report. And there's like the civil side of it that gets done. But this is a crash report. They will identify the owner of the property that does require a card. Like just to verify that's who I'm talking to. But like,
Yeah, but like,
I don't
are
think
you
the
gonna give it to the
officers
cop
involved-
who just crashed in there?
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Shouldn't be the guy that was involved. He should just sit there.
Maybe those other two, yeah.
'Cause he's
he
getting
should
ready-
probably be getting some SFSTs or something.
As I was gonna say, you're actually 100% correct. They will draw you. They immediately draw your blood.
Yeah.
Immediately, no questions asked. You refuse that, you're fired. 1, and then 2, they're likely getting a warrant for your blood anyways. But yeah. I mean, he's the suspect in the DWI effectively.
You, it's called grieving.
No, you're not.
Yes, you can.
You're not going to call me.
Arrest him.
Oh my god. They didn't arrest him.
Let him arrest you, dude.
No, they arrest the bar owner. Because it's his fault. Why'd he put his bar there?
That's right.
Hey, that's a settlement.
Why'd he
You're
put that
good,
bar in the middle of an
You break the
intersection?
law. They just opened themselves up to a lawsuit.
Yeah. Did he also get $50,000?
Bro. Also, you hit the LGBTQ bar, dog.
Mhm.
Like,
Hey, crime, we're gonna go through this guy's Facebook.
I'm saying,
Just
dog.
open yourself to a lawsuit, dude.
Yeah, I'd let them cuff me too.
Mhm.
Be down.
Second, we get a hold of those Xbox chats.
Oh, dude, the
That's
Call
a
of
hate
Duty
crime
lobby
immediately.
chats.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I also want to point out this is police again.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
We're not doing great. I'm so glad we're not keeping score.
I just think deputies don't wear their cameras. I think that's what it is.
There's no body cams.
I did it.
Yeah.
According to report, then they told another version of the story where there was a dog in the middle of the street. Both
Yeah, look at
were
that big old dog.
disproven by the street cameras overlooking the bar. Then police claimed that Chad was aggressive when they tried to arrest him. They said he ran down an alley and began throwing garbage cans at them. That clearly didn't happen, as proven by the bystander video taken during the encounter.
Bro, how screwed this guy would have been if it wasn't for this, bro. Record the police.
Mhm.
This is terrible, dude. Like, they're one of the worst, like, examples of, I don't know, dog. This gets me more pissed off than, like, sometimes suspect behavior. Like, it shit really pisses me off. Like,
Chad and James's attorney, Javad Kazali, vehemently denies the officer's claims and even tweeted the videos proving his clients did nothing wrong. According to Javad, neither officer was given a sobriety test that night.
bro! This better be in the millions, dude. Like, I'm so pissed. Like, Chiefs should be getting fired. Like,
He's probably texting something stupid. But
He's
yes,
probably texting the other officer with the bike.
yeah.
We believe the case is still ongoing as of July of 2024.
like, this is the kind of stuff cities should be burning for real, though.
Prison.
Dude, seriously. Like, not only did you hit the guy's plate, then you hooked him up, and then lied.
And then you lied about everything that happened?
And then, like, they, on, like, even on the administrative side, like, night command, lieutenants, the watch commander, even just the sergeant should have been like, so to the hospital with you so we can get a blood draw. He's like, well, Sarge, I don't know that I could do that. He's like, cool, so your gun and badge it is. Like, the no-brainer. Like, this is not complicated. Like, this should be codified into policy. Like, wow.
In the state of Pennsylvania, there are 5
Right over
places
there.
called Spring Township. This next clip takes us to Spring Township in Center County, home to about 8,000 people and 2 police officers who didn't expect to go viral. It was Valentine's Day of 2022. Instead of being with their romantic partners, these 2 officers were on traffic duty near the 1300 block of
Why is
Zion
this
Road.
stock
They were
footage
sitting
guy
on the
not
median
happy?
and observing oncoming traffic. Luckily, their body and dash cams were rolling when this one-in-a-million moment happened. Pay attention to the 3rd car in line heading toward our officers. The driver's side rear tire comes loose and bounces on the median. It takes 3 good hops before destroying the police cruiser's windshield. According to our officers, it bounced over the car from there.
You know what's funny? Insurance is going to laugh. I'm like, well, that's road debris. My client is not at fault.
That's not infrastructure.
Keith knows it too. Like, sorry, dog.
I've had to do a few reports of this.
It's not even an act of God at this point. Like, this is not going to be covered under your policy. Bro, insurance is a scam.
Arrest that tire.
And settled on the opposite side of the road. Thankfully, it didn't hit anybody else. A quick
Millennial,
body
you need
cam
to
clip
chill.
shows the scene from our driving
That tire
officer's
said
perspective.
ACAB.
Here,
No
you get a better
kidding.
idea of how fast this tire was moving. Our officers are lucky it didn't break through the glass and strike one of them. As for the pickup driver, police determined it was a freak accident and did not issue him a citation. That said, he should probably check the bolts on his 3 remaining tires.
What those be?
April 29th of 2018 was a
Bro,
Florida.
filmed on a potato in Florida. What is this?
scorching day in Florida. Still, Trooper Brian Zegers had a job to do. He was out on patrol when he spotted a black SUV in the opposite lane going 20 over the speed limit. To catch up, he pulled a U-turn over the grassy median and hit speeds over 140 miles per hour. Apparently, going that fast must have overheated his engine.
Grass fire.
That's faster than Lamborghini Boy.
Yeah. Like a grass fire underneath the carriage?
Yeah. Just now.
Car maintenance is what'll always get you.
Didn't you have a car that the brakes gave out on?
No, they almost did. I burned them up.
Or the engine?
Yeah. I basically like cooked my brakes.
Pit.
And no brake light.
And you got a brake light.
Oh, he called it over the radio. That's petty. Oh, they're gonna pull over into the grass and cause the grass fire. Nice. Bro, could he have gotten deeper into the grass?
I don't recommend doing that, what I just did, but...
He wanted to find wild Pokemon.
You have a
It might
rider?
look like a routine traffic stop, but wait until you see what's brewing under Trooper Zegers' car.
It's a routine when you had to go 138 miles an hour? Okay.
Deputies. Oh, you're not kidding.
Oh, damn.
Bro, Keith, how'd you call this? Was this a deputies thing?
Troopers. It's a
This
trooper.
happens.
It's FHP.
It's a trooper. That makes more sense.
Just common for them.
It's a brush fire.
Throw a blanket on. Oh, he's booking it. I don't think he looks like he's trying to get back on the road.
What is this guy doing?
I'm trying to get his extinguisher.
Yeah, there
Come on,
it is,
trooper.
extinguisher.
You're probably
He
setting.
lost his hat.
You're probably also setting whatever's underneath the car on fire.
Oh, the car's on fire now.
He's going over the shoulder. Get out of
It's
the
going
grass.
great.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, what is this guy doing?
1656, can you have 106951? My car's catching on fire.
Real calm
Dry
about it. I
grass,
like that.
Florida sun, and a ripping hot engine combined to create the worst situation possible. As the fire spread, Zegers told the driver he initially pulled over to keep going. After all, he wasn't in any condition to ride. It also seems like a dumb idea to leave the engine running, but hey, hindsight is 20/20.
What are you doing?
Yeah! Alright, just be careful, bro.
Bro, talk about room temperature IQ troopers, dog. What is going on? Like, there's pavement. I get it, it's sketchy, but you know what also sketchy? The burning stuff underneath your car. Like, the fire department's gonna tease us.
That's why I tried to call, but my battery died. Here, come back over.
I also don't think he knows how to use his fire extinguisher.
Bro. There are kindergarten teachers that could have handled this a little better. Because they have to take their annual fire extinguisher training. Be a first responder, dog. Oh my god, dude. This thing's cooking.
It sounds like backup arrived while Trooper Zegers was stranded on the side of the road. They talk about grabbing his keys, computer, and weapons from the car, but the situation sounds too unstable to risk it. From what we can gather, everything was a total loss. The fire department arrived shortly after and put the blaze out. A statement from Florida Highway Patrol suggested that Trooper Zegers was in the wrong and would receive additional training in lieu of this incident.
At the firehouse.
I was about to say.
May 7th,
sharing a bunk.
2021. Police in Miami Gardens, Florida are in hot pursuit of
Hey, that wasn't police. That was Stadies. Thank you.
a green SUV. The driver, 26-year-old Joseph Sanders
Swedish
Jr.,
moose.
was seen attempting to run over another officer who was trying to flag him down. The officer radioed for help, at which point FHP Trooper Rodriguez picked up the chase.
Uh-oh, FHP.
On-ramp to northbound I-75 from Miami Gardens Drive. There was a county unit in the area that checked the entrance ramp, both exit and entrance ramp.
Bro, what is this other vehicle doing?
I advised the county
Was it trying to pit?
send a unit to the main
That's an awful merge lane.
line southbound
Really is.
in that area to see if they can find it. Also checking the camera.
Oh, we're in. Oh.
Where are you going, dog?
Lane splitting.
Lane splitting with the patrol car. Yeah, that worked out. I wasn't too bad.
Hold on, she's ready to get back. Let me see what she has.
Heavy traffic caused Trooper Rodriguez to fall behind the fleeing vehicle. Thankfully, he never lost sight of the suspect and could close the distance whenever things opened up. Meanwhile, Mr. Sanders had little regard for anybody's safety. He ran red lights, blew multiple stop signs, and nearly struck several civilian vehicles.
I'd pit him here. Got a nice little grassy knoll here on the side.
Eventually, he
No,
started
they light it on
pulling
fire.
wild U-turns, hoping to shake the chasing
And
officers.
we learned nothing.
Yeah. Park in the grass.
He took up on 895 and he almost ran
Right there? Oh, no. Nope. There you go.
Hit him here.
157 and 47. We're going westbound on 157.
He's trolling y'all.
He really is trolling at this point.
47. Westbound on 157.
Everybody pit.
82248. 23. He's probably going to bail 23.
Yeah, he's bailing for sure. Pit right there. Boom.
There. Pin. Oh,
wow.
Close.
14, he just collided into 12. He's head on it.
Oh, there you go.
This
Front
car,
pit.
if this car is not a bullet magnet at this point, like, I don't know, intentionally struck a vehicle now. Now notice, this is the same MO that the park rangers got. Just saying. Oh, dude, he turned into the guy. Like, bro, like, no, this is like the. I feel bad for the trooper, because you don't. This is not the way. This is not pitting, right? It's just a great way to end your career, if not life. Like, for goodness' sake. But like, yeah, dude. And it shouldn't be the trooper that necessarily got hit, because there's obviously people in his backstop. But this other trooper, this is not a complicated equation. Bro. About to get ignorant police. Oh, and he bailed. Of course he bailed.
No, try it.
Bro, he had a passenger.
Oh, he had a passenger.
Oh my
I didn't even see
God.
that.
Bro. Oh, man, it was an old timer, too. Come on, man. They don't heal the same. They don't heal like the young guys do. My boy is done. My boy ain't trying to have anything to do with this.
It's only now we learn that somebody else was in the car with him. It's unclear who the young woman is or if she was involved in a crime. Police placed her in cuffs as a precaution, but we don't think she had anything to do with the chase. The officer involved in the crash
just set up.
Was treated on the scene for minor
Just assume
injuries.
it's a regular road trip.
Thankfully, he could walk away while his fellow highway patrolmen arrested Sanders. They learned he was from Mississippi, though it's unclear what he was doing in Miami-Dade County. If you enjoyed this...
Notice we didn't get to see any body cam for that. That was kind of wild. That was more body cam, Juan.
What?
He said what?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I was looking up towards V Madrid for the chat.
A day in the life of a police officer. Who's Stephanie Rose? Why do I
don't know. Is this this chick? That's who. Skip. Was that your skincare routine, Josh?
Yes. If that Apple Watch stays on, I'm sending you, girlfriend.
She got the fancy, whatchamacallit, wristband. Look like a Rolex.
Snaps.
Do what?
I like our snap keepers.
I do like the keepers.
You say +1 for keepers.
Yeah, hold on.
-10 for Apple Watch.
-10. Or you got -1. -1 for Apple Watch? Or... Okay.
10.
I go with -10. We mentioned it enough. It's a -10 by now. Should have gotten to her through the grapevine. Reminds me, I don't know where I left mine. Oh, here it is.
-2 for out of focus footage.
Nah, that's being petty. But yes.
The 350 mark.
Especially because this goes on for a while. Like, I'm confused. This is... Oh, okay, this is day shift routine before patrol. That's why I was like, this is not a day.
Day shift.
Yeah.
Oh, did she clean it? Oh. +20 for cleaning the unit. Oh, hold on. +20 for cleaning the patrol car before shift.
Morning, you guys. Back at work. Yeehaw. Spark test, which I did off camera. Then we check out the camera. They're pretty big. And then I just go upstairs.
This rifle's disgusting. Oh, I'm like major offended. Girlfriend, it is 2023 by the recording of this video. Y'all need to do better than this. This is... Anyways.
I think that's because, is that the only way to get it within policy? Is this like issued to her?
I'm going to say -50 for shitty rifle policy. You're probably right,
Actually,
though.
I didn't do emails yet, so I'm going to do emails right now. I have my lunch bag over here, and now to my patrol start the shift. Getting my own all the time because, as you guys know, I'm on my fitness journey, and this is probably
Starbucks on duty?
You're just mad because you're lactose intolerant.
No. I'm mad because you work in a place that you feel safe enough to get Starbucks on duty.
It's day shift, dude.
Dog. They literally had the law enforcement special while I was still a cop, and that was to add bleach. Pre-sealed drinks.
That was milk. You're just a baby.
No. Don't belittle my victimization, okay?
Where is it? Here it is.
There it is. I will also -2 for no pastry with the coffee.
There you go.
Lol. Comment. Upvote. There it is. What am I watching?
No, this is amazing. I love this.
Why?
We get no context for this.
Just
Okay, there's a lot of things wrong here. Outside of the poopy pants, His duty belt is not with his pants, which is like literally impossible if you have keepers, an inner belt, and an outer belt. Like, I don't know how that happened.
Vest?
Negative.
Is it attached to his vest somehow?
There's no way this is real.
Probably not, but it's still funny.
It's just filmed in such poor quality that I have fears that this is real.
Maybe it's international. It's like Canada.
I just don't get like what's on his belt.
It's British.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is British.
Oh, it could be British.
That's rough.
Their uniforms are weird.
That was a bad day at the office. That's a bad
police.
day anywhere. That's retired. UK police don't wear keepers.
Oh,
don't carry guns, right? Except for like special
That's true.
services.
Oh, I guess you're right.
That's true.
So I
they
guess
carry
why
a
would they?
whoop-ass stick and a can of pepper spray or something about that.
I mean, some of them carry tasers too. It is the UK, Tom. Thank you for clarifying. At least I don't have to claim that.
That's true. International police is different.
Skid marks the spot.
Got a box truck.
I've trusted the wrong part once.
Woo! Okay, he's going to get squeezed in there. He's going to get squeezed in, and there's the collision. Took the door off.
That happened to me once.
He's got a box truck.
Aside from the police portion.
Goodness, look at that. Woo! Okay, he's going to get squeezed in there. He's going to get squeezed in.
That SUV still survived, Josh.
Took the door off. Took the door off.
This commentating was kind of top notch. I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? Clueless cops give $30,000 to a guy for snitching or for sitting
on a bench in the park. Then these cops showed up and started to question him. But when the guy lawfully refuses to ID since he was doing nothing wrong, things took a turn no one saw coming.
What's going on, man? We took a call saying that you might be sleeping out here.
No, I was laying down for a minute, looking at the sky.
Okay. You got your ID with you? What's your name, ma'am?
There's going to be some city ordinances, right, for the parks on certain behavior. But I can't imagine sleeping is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I totally get
Maybe
like
New York,
maybe
where they put those spikes on every surface, so you can't sit
Maybe.
or enjoy life in any way.
But like,
but also
there's nothing set up. Like, it's not like it was like maybe if he was in like a hammock and maybe they had like an ordinance against that, or like a tent and they had an ordinance against that. But he's just chilling on a bench.
Yeah, but also if you walk up to him, like I get you got the call, but if you get there and he's sitting,
You have
chilling,
nothing.
yeah,
It's a consent stop at this point, at best. Like,
Am I doing something illegal?
Well, we got called here for suspicious activity, so I got an idea.
Is that a misdemeanor or felony?
Huh? Is it a misdemeanor or a felony? Well, it could be a
Misdemeanor
misdemeanor if
sussiness.
you failure to identify yourself.
cue the sound.
Yeah, because you don't have PC, you dumb motherfucker.
There's Bill from the grave there.
Yep.
Man, that's I don't know, Doug. I can't even reach for an offense here. And he's being very respectful about it. He's like, is that a misdemeanor or a felony? I don't know, Doug.
Unless I'm breaking a law, I'm not going to ID.
Okay, so you're choosing to get arrested instead of just giving me your name.
I'm choosing to not.
100%.
Am I breaking the law?
By not giving me your identification, yes, you are.
This is city police.
Patrolman, you have a problem.
Is this city police? This has got to be city police.
Yep.
Oh, this doesn't help my ideations, dog.
That's not the way.
Yes, that's interference.
Are you detaining me or am I free?
Oh, interference, Josh. It's interference. He's obstructive justice now.
You know what? The mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cell, was more relevant to this interaction than the interference.
Oh, man. He's resisting ID.
Detained because
I'm
we're
gonna
investigating.
go fall asleep on a bench in a park.
We got called here by a third party.
Well,
So, are you gonna give me your name
no,
or
I'm
not? Okay, stand up, turn around. You're under arrest.
So he sued them and settled for $30,000. This guy
I wouldn't
was
have settled. Take this.
Honestly,
to the
I'd have gone all the
jury.
way, dude. Yeah,
Jury would have warned me more.
Jury would have gotten you like, and honestly, if he was in a different part of the shade chart, dog,
big money,
my boy. I'm glad he got paid. I have more stuff to pull. Well, it's still pretty early. I'll give you guys a couple more.
Hell yeah.
That one was bad. I'm upsetito on that one. That's got me triggered. Oh, Night Patrol. Denver Metro, my people. Let's see this.
Is we go around to different sites that we're contracted through, making sure that everything's normal, no
Protective Services?
Security, right? Private security.
That would be security. Some police channel, sir.
damages, no criminal activity. Try to make sure no transients are on the property causing any disturbances. So it's entertaining for the most part.
Security services.
Yeah, security.
I'm not even gonna watch this. What? I'm curious
A lot
now.
of it's routine, but a lot of it I just like helping people. Never really thought about security as like a job that would be fit for me.
He claims it's security, 'cause that's what it is.
If they see any suspicious activity going
Dude,
on,
Little Duck just dropped
say
one
there's a
in the
person, their jobs, and
Send it to me.
I'm gonna send it to you real quick. Cool. The Littlest
yeah. So
Duck.
right here, if you gently pull on these doors, and they can
this one's
open
like a-
right away. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna document that, saying that the doors can
Oh, this
open
one has a
pretty
link. This is
easily
just
out
a
to the
video.
public. A lot of homeless people will come in here for transients and try to open these doors, which you can't.
Oh yeah, those evil
Get
people.
dump in there.
Transients.
Stupid. Okay, I'm getting rid of this one.
So it's like a video you have to download to play. I don't know.
Well, that's
You
kinda
just downloaded a TikTok video instead of a link. How dare?
This is security still. What is this? Shout out to the Discord. They're the ones sending me stuff here.
You okay? It's just a traffic stop, my man.
Sad biker.
I'm sorry? It's alright. Take your helmet off. We'll talk a bit. You're not gonna get a ticket. Let's take that out of your mind, okay? But take your helmet off. So my friend's out in front of me, that's all. Okay, we'll take your helmet off for a second. Was he on a bike? Here, take your helmet off so you can breathe, man. I'm glad I stopped you if you're emotional like that. When you get a chance to talk to people, you know, that can help you. It really can, because I don't want to...
The music's gonna get us. I'm just reading what he's saying.
La, la, la.
Stop, Juan. Jeez.
Sad biker boy. He's so sad. He needs to talk. Talking cop. He's helping him out. Give him a hug. Give him a hug.
Citation. Man. Hopefully I change your behavior so you don't end up like your friend who's dead.
Come here.
Teasing. I've lost friends and family to motorcycles. I'm allowed to make that joke.
Oh, that's our girl right there.
It's a feel-good video. What is it doing here? That's what I'm saying. Nah. Give us some more Josh Gets Angry videos. Bring back the Speed Bros or whatever they were called.
I swear if somebody shares another one of these.
Ticket collectors.
This is the pole lady.
Oh, is this the pole lady? I'll watch it for giggles. She got.
Oh, she's self-tased.
Here, hold on.
Just self-pitted.
One more time.
Bro, that is a satisfying bong. You just like a bong.
That laugh is rough.
It's crazy.
Evil laugh.
Bong.
Okay. What is this?
Dancing in an elevator?
The chief walks in, they stop dancing. Write up for conduct unbecoming. It is kind of adorable, though. I'll let it play for a second. It's kind of wholesome.
There's the sheriff. Oh, he joins in.
I've done dumber things on patrol, for sure.
Okay, 311.
Oh, I think we saw this one.
Good morning.
It's a good one.
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
I said this to you on the chat. Like our group chat.
Sorry, she's friendly. I'm sorry.
I felt something lick my hand, and I thought it was you for a second. I'm like, "Jeez."
No.
And that, boys and girls, is How I Met Your Mother. I guess I could just move this over here. You guys get to see my Discord for a second.
There you go.
What's
All
like
the
the
secrets. Gotta, yeah, there we go.
legal amount of fentanyl a person can carry at one time? It's illegal? Shit. Yeah, I totally don't have any on me. I don't condone the use of it. You know? It's illegal. It's illegal, really? You can't have any, like, really? Like, not
What
even
if you're
medicinal
prescribed?
wise? Yeah, no, I don't have any fentanyl on my right shoe. Nothing like that. I don't condone the use of it. Tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. I could tell by that stare, there's a chance, I could be wrong, I'm asking for consent, there's a chance you want to be tickled. She doesn't. What about you? I could tell by that smirk, if you weren't on the clock right now, you would want to be tickled. Dude, I could tell by that smirk. There's like something behind that smirk. You know what I'm saying? So no tickles, no nothing like that?
What are we
Be
doing?
safe, officer.
What? Burn your hands. You have no idea where those
Bored? Yeah. They've been covered in fentanyl, clearly.
What else we got? Anything else? Or am I ending this early?
I don't know. What else have I see it here? Did we do? Okay, we did bystander laughing. What else is in here?
What is this one?
Oh yeah, I saw the dancing people.
Hey everyone, I am free. It's March 14th, 2023.
Auditor?
In the town of Covington, Washington, in King County. Here at the USPS for Covington, which just so happens to be an exclusive jurisdiction facility. So we're going to go in and check it out and make sure they respect our liberties to record and photograph in public.
You think he's on the FBI's radar? It's a sheer curiosity.
Yeah, they won't do anything about it though.
No, that's what I mean.
They just like having people on their radar. It's fun. Collect them like Pokemon cards.
So this is a public facing place, so you can record here. His behavior is gonna be extra weird though, because he's not doing anything there, just walking around.
Mm-hmm.
That's just gonna be weird looking. It's not illegal, but we'll suss people out. Now they could CT him from here though, because even though it's like a federal building, like it's still controlled access. They could totally CT him there. Okay, I wonder if they have the right to refuse service.
They do. I've seen another one where they just shove a lady out because she got there after closing, and they're like trying to close up, and she keeps trying to go in, and they're like, nope.
I buy that.
How can we help you?
I don't need help.
Huh?
I don't need help.
What are we doing here, though?
What's that?
What are we doing? Why do we have cameras and all that?
Oh, just record.
Recording for what?
Personal reasons.
Well, this is post
I'm
office,
into
you know
this.
that, right?
What's that?
I'm a creep.
This is post office. What personal reason?
Just my own. Yeah, it's
I feel like
totally
there's got to
okay.
be some kind of federal something being broken here.
The only issue I have is it isn't a public access building. If it's public access, kind of like a mall or something like that, the only reason they can get away with it in like what's it called, maybe a movie theater or maybe like a stadium, is because you have to pay to enter, right? Like there's a very strict area here where you have to pay to gain entrance. Because they control access it like that, they can prevent you from getting in. Therefore, I think there's also some Patriot Act stuff in there where like you can't record certain things. I know for sure, like in any other place around like a police station, there's like the front area, which is like intentionally like very hard to get around. Like you can walk into like the front room, but you can't go anywhere else, where you can't record past a certain point for that reason. But there's some like anti-terrorism stuff, basically. She's probably thinking in her head, like, what's our policy on that?
Yeah.
But if he's not here for like a purpose, right? If he's just, I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like a no loitering thing that would be enforceable because this is privately owned. This is owned by the government. Therefore, by most state law and also federal law, any one of these employees can issue a CT warning because they're effectively given guardianship over that like area because they work there. It'd be like a Chili's basically at that point.
Doesn't USPS have it automatically make it federal? Is that not a thing?
And even then, it's within the jurisdiction of like that police department, if that makes any sense. They could effect an arrest based off of like a criminal trespass warning. Free advice if you're ever in this situation: ask for the CT warning, because then law enforcement has something they can do. And then the guy's forced to leave and whatever. Now he can stay on the sidewalks. That's public, like very public, no controlled access. They can't like put a curfew on that for an adult. Unless there's like a loitering specific clause there. They could do it for the parking lot though. I have run into instances where it's a parking lot and they own that portion of the, like it doesn't belong to the city. That parking lot's paid for and maintained by the establishment. And I've CT'd even off the parking lot. And some people have line stepped and said, no, I can be here. And I was like, no, you can't. It was a mall, like a strip mall. And they were standing like just off the like sidewalk portion of it, but they were in the parking lot. And I was like, no, that counts as criminal trespass. They're like, no way. And they held it. Charge didn't get kicked. Shout out to Tarrant County. For once. Time has gone by.
USPS website says filming on USPS premises requires a location agreement for commercial or non-commercial use. Please note that filming often requires the coordination of several USPS parties, including a local postmaster or letter carrier. I don't know if that applies here, but that is
Dude, federal
what their
law.
website
Federal
says.
law is legit. I mean, that's federal property, very much so. So, like,
if he's posting this to YouTube and making money, that's commercial use. Just FYI.
what's the statute? Send it to me. I'm just gonna paste it in this. Is this his YouTube video? I am free. Oh, for sure.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Okay.
Demonetized?
Yes.
Common use.
I mean, they're allowed to do that. Wait, he can't complain about getting recorded if he's recording them. Like, that's not how that works.
The only thing I really want to say, I'm not sure. Yeah. That employee back there, the one that went through this door with her phone, she just used her personal phone to take video of me. So I need you to tell her to keep record of that, because I'm going to do a Freedom of Information Act request for public records.
No, because that's their private stuff. And even if they're doing it at work, that's not like a work-related thing. The only time you can do Freedom of Information, like you can't get this lady's home address through Freedom of Information. You can't get like what she's talking to her husband about. These aren't their acts aren't going to be covered under like some sort of investigation where they're interacting with the public. Like it's not how that works.
From her personal phone. Tell her not to delete that. That's a crime if she deletes it.
No. That's wrong.
Cool.
There, we got a call.
It's your people.
Deputies.
Yelling at people?
Yeah.
Never yelled at a single person. I got it on video the whole time.
Alrighty. Well, it seems like the property owners do not want you on the property and are asking for you to leave.
Straight to the CT. Let's go. Bro. This kid looks 12, but he's crushing it so far.
So we got a couple problems here. A, you're committing a felony right now.
How so?
I did a public records request between the county as well as the city of Covington and this postal office. This postal property is exclusive jurisdiction. It's not concurrent legislative jurisdiction.
Okay, but the place that's there gets to decide whether they want you to enforce said law or not law. Like you don't get to be like home free, not home free. It's within the bounds of their authority. I don't think that's gonna fly. I could see maybe, and Keith, you might be able to correct me on this, like if it was like tribal lands versus not. But like, let's say I was on tribal lands and you came on as an exterior jurisdiction, but you had like jurisdiction around my jurisdiction. I could consent as a jurisdiction to say, yeah, you're allowed to enforce that here, or like execute a warrant or something like that. I can allow you to do that where I'm at. I don't even know that I could disallow you from doing that, to be fair. As long as you encompassed my jurisdiction. I don't know how that's going to work, but like his claim that he's somehow in like a no-no zone, I don't buy, but you can correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, it just doesn't, with tribal land, there are only certain crimes that can be enforced by non-tribal, and that's usually the FBI.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they can say they've got a casino and somebody causes a ruckus, they can request that county or city, depending on which jurisdiction is right up next to theirs, they can request that they come and transport someone to their jail. Like if it's a non-tribal member, but if it's tribal, so if it's like a white dude or you know, someone other than a tribal member, then they get transported by the outside agency to the county jail.
Interesting.
That's about how it goes.
That's fascinating. Either way, here, I'm pretty sure the federal government has no issue with the sheriff's office stepping in and enforcing some sort of law and order, at the very least from a peacekeeping standpoint. Because I highly doubt this post office has a federal agent on standby to go effect an arrest.
Jurisdiction, which means unless you're a federal peace officer, and if you are, then you need to tell me, you have that much jurisdiction here, as in 0%. I have the evidence on me right now if you want to see it.
Would love to.
So here's what I'm going to tell you when I show you this. I need you to get off the property with that firearm because you're not allowed to be here with it. And I do mean that.
He's totally in field training, or just having a very good chuckle about that request, because he looked at the considerably more senior officer for like a little bit of reassurance. I'd be like, right about that.
Yeah.
I will call the FBI. I will have someone come over here and you will go to jail. Anything else?
Right.
So that's how that's going to work. So I'll show it to you, and then I'm going to politely ask you to leave with that firearm, or go off the property and take your weapons off, and then come back in. You're not allowed to be here with that. So I'll show you the stuff.
Hands in pockets.
This guy's demeanor is definitely, he's a senior officer. He ain't trying to do shit. Oh, I love this guy already.
So first of all,
it's just like, figure it out, rookie.
This is definitely a figure it out.
It's poster 7.
It's a teachable moment.
Photographs from these advertising.
Wait, go back, because I have the thing that he probably has pulled up.
So what does it say?
Play it.
So I'll show you the stuff. So first of all, this right here is over on that wall over there. It's poster 7.
Poster 7.
It says I can take photographs for news advertising and commercial purposes. This is the
So it says I can take.
Yeah. So, yes, when used for public meetings. Other photographs may be taken only with the permission of the local postmaster or installation head. If there are no public meetings happening, get wrecked. Go away.
So yeah, it's gonna, and it's kind of the issue I always have with a lot of people when they try to interpret the law. I see this a lot on the police side. Think about the idiot that just arrested somebody on a park bench for 30 grand. They're gonna say, "Well, you're not identifying yourself to me." They forget the part of it that they have to have a lawful detention, right? Like, or you know, it's some sort of reasonable suspicion that there's a crime to request it, and then even then, like, I better have like an articulable offense if I'm going to try to go as far as failed ID, right? Like I need to have something. I don't want to go just based off like reasonable suspicion, only because if my reasonable suspicion then gets lifted and all I have is failed ID, it's a very weak case, especially if I'm going to end up leveraging force, which is handcuffs, controlling movement, all that kind of stuff. The whole statute matters, not just like a portion of it, right?
rules of conduct on this property.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can talk to RP if you want.
This is an email.
You give him permission.
Yeah, I found
yes,
like
you can do whatever you want.
I found like 10 freaking legal opinions that basically say he can't be doing this and they can kick him out.
Are you gonna talk to RP?
He's showing like USPS employees, number one. That's a big one. He might be capturing people's personal information on their mail. That's another.
Yeah, that's not your real name, is it? Because if it is, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. So this is an email from Rod Spurgeon from the USPS.
Okay.
He works for the Postmaster General.
Okay.
He clarified that, in fact, I can be in here filming.
Okay.
Other authorized personnel.
Okay, well, if we got permission, then
basically it just puts I need to contend. It sounds like right to video photo. There's no other authorized personnel that I can get to kick
out such an auditor, if I'm understanding correctly. Well, technically there is. I'm dropping the line here.
That's a very vague statement sent from a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no like letterhead on authority.
Yeah, you just get the USPS.gov email address up top.
But that's not like I'm the so-and-so postmaster or I'm whatever. Like there's no real authority. And also like it's not like an official affidavit. Just because you like, again, I could say as the sheriff, or it's not illegal to abduct people. You know, that doesn't make it not illegal. You know what I mean? Like,
it depends on circumstance.
I was going to say, I know sheriffs are a little weird. There's like a weird middle ground there with what they decide that they want to enforce or not. But I don't buy this. Oh, play, maybe.
Go with that, okay?
Okay.
So the other thing is back here.
Emo's telling me next. I'm too invested now. This is what y'all get for sharing it. Y'all subject me to crap all the time. I'm subjecting y'all to this. I want to see it.
Y'all shared it. That means you want to look at it.
Yep. Can't be here.
Played yourselves.
So I'm gonna need you guys to either take your weapons
I'm gonna
off,
out who shared it, so the mob can extract mob justice.
Who shared it?
Trespass in the beginning, and so how it works in King County, and I know you're going to say federal government and property, right? How it works, how we're trained is that you get the warning first.
Snack Kang. Oh, that's who we didn't know who it was.
The opportunity to go and leave.
Oh, they said rookie officer and FTO confused by First Amendment auditor. LOL.
So the people here just want you to probably just leave, right? That's probably just.
So they're gonna treat it like a CT warning, which would be within their purview of authority to issue.
You're gonna have to threaten me with arrest to leave. So that is the trespass.
The law says that emails from USPS customer service. Yeah.
Bet.
Because if I'm under duress of arrest, you've put the ring on it, you've committed a federal crime.
That's fine.
You've committed a federal crime.
That's fine.
And then you guys will have to pay for that in court.
I'll take that.
But I mean, I'm not going to go to jail over this. You guys want to do a civil suit?
I don't want you to go to jail. That's the thing. It's like
you will go to jail if you don't leave. If I tell you to leave, like, also, like, if you're ever undecided on this, just call a supervisor. Then you don't have to worry about it. It's not a you problem. You literally get on the radio real quickly. Whatever your unit number is to the supervisor. Supervisor will get on the radio, what? And be like, hey, can I go to a different channel to ask you a question or call you real quick? Call them, give them the explanation. Hey, they're trying to CT warn this guy to the post office. He has no reasonable reason to be there. Staff is asking to leave. Do I have the authority to get him to leave? If not, we take him for criminal trespass. He's going to yay or nay that. He looks like an auditor. He's recording. Hell yeah, arrest him. That's probably what's going to happen. But
I think, have you asked him to leave?
No.
So, okay, if you're saying no and she's saying yes, can you just ask him to leave then?
Is that a request?
We would like you to leave.
Is that a request or are you ordering me off the property?
I'm ordering you.
Okay.
Base.
And you guys are going to arrest me if I don't leave?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We're not going to arrest them. We are asking you politely to leave.
No, if you're requesting.
That is a different delineation. Requesting to leave versus telling to leave is different, and I get that this guy's being a pain in the ass, but there is a difference, right?
Yeah.
I'm requesting. She's ordering.
Yeah, well, she's not the one with handcuffs. So here's the thing: if you guys are gonna,
okay, so she's now demanding that she leaves, and he's saying, "Well, I'm not threatened by her, so I'm not gonna leave." Now you can start to articulate terroristic threat, like harassment. You can get down a litany of charges here if you're getting creative.
Implement her will to have me off this property unlawfully. You guys are going to have to accept responsibility over this.
That's fine.
Cool.
That's qualified immunity.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking that's fine.
Okay.
About to learn the biggest lesson of his career. Staying tuned. Facilities and services and other agencies. When secretary determines it is economical from public interest for security, may be interested. Federal services, state.
What? Hang on. Secretary determines it to be economical and in the public interest. The secretary may utilize the facilities and services of federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies with the consent of the agencies.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like I can make you leave.
Local law enforcement assistance at an
This big stars here.
It would be like going to Burma federal. Someone's guys come there.
They called for other people to show up. They're discussing their authority.
It's EO can do it right here.
Oh my God, we're still discussing this?
Yeah, I think the big issue here is that they seem to have gotten hung up on his little federal regulations thing when they should realize they have the authority if the employees want him gone to just trespass him.
Call.
Yeah.
Like, hey, is it cool? Like, they should all have phone numbers they can call for authorities. If at the very minimum, just call the sheriff blesses it, whatever. Let's go. Well, you think the federal government's going to turn around and be like, oh, yeah, he's harassing my employees at the...
Price is terrible. I was getting property. Come on. Like, that doesn't... Okay. Check your shit.
Bro, we have... like assistant deputy sheriffs now at this point? Or what's
yeah,
going
this
on?
has got to be a real small town.
What's 3 stars in a sheriff's department, Keith?
Maybe a chief deputy, major, captain. I mean, depends on the size of this agency.
Wow.
Well, that's King County. That's King County, Washington. Or is it Pierce County?
I don't know. It says King County, I think. Are we? Wow, there's so many people here. How do we not know?
You got municipal. Hang on. You got regular PD there, I think.
That's police. Yeah.
Yeah. Look at him. It's like I have no authority here either.
Take care. All right, guys.
I heard there was a party.
Here we go. Have a good day.
They leave?
So did the employees just not want to trespass him, and that's why there's just nothing?
I guess.
And then he just leaves.
Hello.
And I guess results matter.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Results do matter.
Now they're discussing where to go to lunch.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, yeah.
He's like, that was a big waste of time.
Really appreciate that. Seriously.
Well, the
Second
rules are
fist
rules,
bump, man.
right? The rules are the rules. So
Absolutely.
we're not going to go out of our way
Holy
to make
shit,
it
do you guys hear that? It sounds like the screams of bald eagles flying around here. That's all right.
Well, we'll hit him with a good thumbs down. I'm glad you like spending taxpayer money. ... Thank you for your service. Lol. Comment. Done with that one.
I'm just glad he didn't get any settlement out of that.
You did this to me. The pain you felt in the past couple minutes, I feel every stream. So, hey, check it out. Look, we're still live. Yeah, I mean, that's extra stupid. Like, I don't know, dog. I don't see in what universe you're not able to enforce a CT, because it would be as simple as, hey, dispatch, you're going to have like a federal like liaison, basically, typically. Call the federal liaison. What do they want to do? Be that simple. Literally, at our level, we were able to solve it. I could call the ATF, the DOJ, and mind you, it was in a relatively big police department, so we had those kind of resources. But like, you get into weird gray areas like that. Totally happens all the time. But like, it's not hard. Dude was definitely settlement fishing, for sure. A professional, like, settlement fisher. Anyways, I'm sure I'll get a comment back from that. Unless we have anything else. Just can't even speak. I just don't. These aren't hard equations, truly. Like, even when they tend to have a lot of this, and you'll get people, because we got auditors all the time, and they had all the statutes and all the whatever they wanted, and I'm like, at the end of the day, like, it's a very clear line in the sand. There would be times where they were being super obnoxious, like on a sidewalk, and I'm like, they're on a sidewalk. I wouldn't even be there for more than 2 seconds. I'd show up, oh, hi, it's you. Sorry for making this a disappointing video. Good luck next time. Boom, gone. Like, I don't know. This is not complicated. Know what your authority is. This is stupid.
It's stupid.
Yeah, the chief of police came out. Well, that was indeed the chief. Shout out to the chief showing up to a call. That's how you know it was day shift also. But yeah, this whole thing's dumb.
Yeah. Okay. I rechecked the tape with the little conversation with the chief, and it's just he's got some permission from some random communications person that he got. And basically, that email that he showed that he says counts as permission. I think the chief just didn't care enough, didn't want to deal with it. Thought this whole thing was dumb and was wasting everybody's time.
100%. Dude, time on call. Like, bro, let's get out of here.
He's like, there's 8 officers here doing nothing. If we leave, he leaves, because this is what he wanted, right?
Yep.
Was just to get everybody on camera, wasting a bunch of time over
I'm not mad at
nonsense,
the chief.
vague regulations that don't mean anything. So fine.
Yeah, I'm not mad at the chief. I mean, at least they did their research or whatever. But if he could prove that he had a public reason or whatever.
Yeah, he did mention that like they didn't ask him to leave before the deputies showed up, which is like, okay, well, fine. If they didn't ask you to leave, then you weren't trespassing. So
agreed. Yeah, and then technically,
there's no reason for anybody to be here.
The second that lady said, yes, I'd like him to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to leave. Like, he's not doing any business here. Like, we want to CT him from the property. That's a different discussion. And I think that, like, I'd be curious to see how that worked. But, like, you should be able to come to that determination very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it shouldn't take more than 5-10 minutes tops.
It shouldn't take a chief. This is really what it comes down to. It shouldn't take a chief to determine this. Yeah. Anyway.
But it is what it is. I love you all.
Yeah, but this is also why we don't really like posting audit videos, because they're usually just everybody wasting a bunch of time for no reason.
It's a bunch of dumb stuff, but you guys got subjected to my kind of pain. I do love you all for hanging out. Thursday will indeed have a scorecard. We will have a very generous after party because I will be home alone, so I'll have time to hang out with you guys. Hang out with you guys for a little bit this evening. We'll make some decisions. We do have some D&D stuff to get out. We will have a Monday D&D session, which will be a blast. We're going to do a single shot with our Patreon group, so that'll be really awesome. Or should I say our Discord group? It's an interesting mix.
We got Park Ranger training program videos. They got Snack Gang coming in to redeem himself.
No.
Dropping the Park Ranger training video.
Go ahead and
we'll watch after party time.
Yeah,
we're
going to
have
after party. We're also going to.
But he says they did get the training for all of the stuff that they did.
Allegedly. But anyways, we are going to go hang out on Thursday. We're going to have a scorecard. I might have like a cool fancy live scorecard for you guys. So we'll see it that way. It'll be a good time. Either way, I do love you all. If you guys would like to hang out with us more often, you can join either through the YouTube membership program or our Patreon account. For as little as $1 a month, gives you direct access to the Discord. You kind of got a mysterious look at. You guys can go see that stuff. It's a really cool place where we're going to do some really cool stuff. It's likely going to see some overhauling here soon. There's just a ton of people in there now. So, but I will give those updates to the people that it matters to. For everybody else, go ahead and subscribe. We do this stuff twice a week, pretty much every week without fail. I do love you all. With all of that being said, I don't think I have anything else. I do love you all. Says you give all.
Peace.
You will see all the nose hairs. Yes, all of my nose hairs. Anyways, I'll see the rest of you guys in a day or so. Until next time. Peace.